shake your hand. I want to shake your hand.
What is up, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another stream. Today we got a good show for you guys, man. I'm excited to talk about some stuff. I guess it's like a bunch of different things that we're talking about today. So it's kind of a chill stream. We're going to be discussing a little bit spicier topics today, but that's all right. It's Friday, so we have a little bit of fun. I do want to say thank you to Vanessa with the $5 donation before the stream even started. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the 5. That does make you the top Stream Ninja and Stream Hokage for the time being. And I will get your name up as soon as we're done with the opening spiel. So shout outs to Vanessa. You guys give some love to her in the chat. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some of the topics today, guys. Some of the topics today. We had a brand new video this morning, and I didn't expect it to do that great. But all things considered, nearly 4K views. You know, not bad, not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. But I expected it not to do it because it's Tales of Arise. You know, that's not on Switch, whatever. But, you know, thank you guys for watching that video. Do appreciate that. 8th best out of my top 10. So I do appreciate you guys supporting it. And there was a hell of comments and lots of likes. So thank you guys. Thank you. Remember, we have new videos Daily, 7:30 a.m. Eastern time, right here on PlayerEssence. If you're not someone subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you enable those notifications so you get the videos as soon as they drop. Now, another thing, we also have Elite Ninja stuff going on. Yesterday, a little bit of a rough day for Elite Ninja stuff, but maybe today will be better. So we're trying to get the 380 Elite Ninja right up here. At 400 Elite Ninja, we get a brand new emote. We just got an Etika Strong Legacy emote, representing, you know, everything that Etika was about. So shout outs to everybody who is an Elite Ninja. If you don't know how to join up, we've got a new program, or if you already were in it, we've got a new program. Basically, it's like Twitch Prime sub or like Twitch sub. And essentially it's $1 and gets you into our Discord, and it gets you our emotes, the badge, and all of that good stuff there. Yesterday we played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and I hated it. I hated playing against you guys, and we all got on the Discord. That's the most fun thing. I think necessarily not necessarily playing sometimes certain games, but actually having you guys all on the Discord, because you get to go on the Discord and chat live with me, and we play games together. So it's a lot of fun. We did that with Monster Hunter too recently. So yeah, we play Monster Hunter, we play Smash Brothers, we play Mario Kart. We did all of that this week, and it was a ton of fun. So I enjoyed it. So if you want to become an elite, you can definitely become an elite. You can type an exclamation mark elite as well, or you can check the link in the description below. So let's get to 400 Elite Ninja, and let's get some more people playing games with us, because yesterday we didn't have a completely full lobby in Mario Kart immediately, and we still need people to play Monster Hunter, and we didn't have like hella people playing Smash either. So if you're into Nintendo games, playing online, and you want a good community to play with, consider becoming an elite. All right, so let's get into the shout outs. So if you're here in the chat, feel free to say hi. I'll be more than happy to say hi back. Oh my goodness, why did it stick like this? I just meant to click on it just so I could adjust this. All right, shout outs to Vanessa. Thank you for the 5. I'm gonna put your name up here on the board, okay? I appreciate your support like always, and thank you for going Ambu tier the other day. I do appreciate that as we went off air. So thank you. All right, 5. All right, shout outs. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the topics. There's a couple ways to request a song. You can drop a donation of any amount, use Streamlabs, or you can use Super Chat. Drop a donation of any amount, then put the song request in there, or become an elite, and you get a song request as well. And just let me know in the chat. Just tag me, or just say, "Hey, PlayerEssence, this is the song that I want after you become elite." All right, so let's go ahead and get into the shout outs. Party Man is here. What's good? Dior Wilson, Cinnamon the Hacker. What's good, Cinnamon? Welcome. Shane Robarge. What's good? V-Sips. What's up, man? Marcus Williams. Marcus Williams Jr. I was about to call you Marcus Williams Jutsu. That would have been cool too. Marcus Williams. Marcus, how you doing today, bro? Welcome to the stream. You said you're gonna become an elite. All right, shout outs, man. Definitely. That'd be hype, dude. We'll get you a big shout out for it. Man with the plan. 69. What's good, dude? Welcome. Squid Vicious, what's up, man? Remember how bad you are. Hey, it's all good, Squid. We're gonna have fun. Splatoon 3 is gonna be absolutely insane. It's gonna be absolutely crazy for Splatoon 3. Josh Coleman, what's up, man? Welcome. Gamer Goon, Dingo on my 40. What's good? Carlos, you're not late. No, we just started, bro. If I'm saying hi to everybody, then we just started. Or you can always just check out the link in the description, or just check out the little Dropbox, and it tells you guys how long I've been streaming. So there's also that. YZ250 Moto, what's up, man? Anthony Albert, it's going good, man. How are you? Jaybird, what is up? Bryson, what is up, man? Welcome. Armchair, Nystro, what is up? Welcome to the stream. Ulysses, what's up? J Dollar Love, what's good? Mortal Kombat, I'm not gonna go see it right now, man. I'm good. I'll just, whenever I run into it, I'll run into it. Curtis Lenova, I'm not a big movie person though, like, just to be honest. All right, Bodeman, what's good? Josh, how's it going? Welcome. Let's see here. Dank Meme Center X, what is good? Welcome to the stream. Thank you. I appreciate you saying it's your favorite channel. I appreciate that, man. Really, I do. Shout outs to the Fire Nation. I think we got one strong watching that. Let's go. Corey D, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Josh Senior, what's up, man? Welcome. Chris Gamer ST, welcome to the stream. Let me see if I missed anybody up top. Squid Vicious, once again. McFly, is it Ganthet? Ganet? Hey, shout outs, man. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? welcome, boys and girls. Malik, what's up, man? Welcome. Good to see you here. All right. I think I pretty figure drawing. What's good? Welcome to the stream. Ovian, what's up, man? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Yukito, what's up, man? Welcome. Lightning Ninja. Ryan Ricardo, what's up, man? Welcome. Kai, what's up? What is up? You said Technicals is hated in the community, or Technicals is hated because he exposes the truth in the Smash community. It's I think it's part that, but it's also part the way that he goes about it. To be honest, you know, I think that Technicals, or it's the way that he acts, like some of the way that like some of, like, because, you know, edgy type of humor and stuff like that. So I think that's the reason why some people dislike him. I don't dislike him at all. I think he makes good content, and I think he's telling the truth. You know, he makes truthful content at the end of the day with facts that back it up. So I can't hate on him. No coonery on my end. But the Smash community, we're gonna talk about them because the Smash community is exposing themselves for being a bunch of lames. And I think it's very clear at this point that there is a selective process when it comes to this. And I'm not doing this just because, oh, cloud it up, because I don't have to. I can just talk about video games all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need to do that here on PlayerEssence. But I do want to discuss it because it involves gaming overall as a whole, as Nintendo's been involved in Smash community stuff and things like that. And if you don't see that going forward anymore, this might be the reason why, because of the type of people that are, you know, that are in this community, or in that community, I should say, more like it. Tested positive for COVID. The video helped me get through it. Hey, shout outs, McFly. Shout outs. Let's see. JCat says you're finally streaming at normal human hours. Well, I stream at my normal human hours, JCat. It's just that you live in an area that's just not normal. No, I'm joking. Of course, that's normal. But yeah, the reason why is so I can actually not be stressed trying to. It feels like the thing about streaming at the normal, at the time that I like this time before, like during the week, I got a new gig where I have to actually go on site to film some stuff. And then on top of that, like in terms of making videos, I never had time, or I'd be up from morning all the way to like 1 a.m. working, like legitimately like all day working, you know? So it was just a little bit too stressful. I was gonna lose all my hair, the hair that I have left. I was gonna lose it. I'm trying to grow my hair back. So yeah, I had to change the time. So it gave me a little bit more time to relax in the morning, actually eat, get a nice workout in. You know what I'm saying? If I need to go film off-site, I can film, come back. I can also make my videos, and then I can stream, you know? So I get everything done, so I'm not feeling stressed throughout the whole day, thinking, okay, I still got to make a video. I still got to stream later. I still got to do this. Like, I'm always feeling kind of stressed when I have to split my day right there in the middle. So it didn't make sense for me to continue streaming at this time. However, Fridays, I don't have to necessarily worry about getting the video up super early in the morning. And I know Saturdays and Sundays I'm not going to be going anywhere on site, so I can stream at this time on Fridays and Saturdays. I can stream early, so yeah. You can say the correct thing and still convey it wrongly. That's true. That's true. That's happened to lots of people, you know. Hey, what's up, Nuka? I had something in real life, so I did not see a few live streams. Hey, it's all good, Nuka. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Welcome. So yeah, but JCap, for those that are international Essence, those in terms of, you know, that can't make my stream times normally, Fridays and Saturdays will be you know, earlier streams, so I still, you know, can do that. So basically 4 days out of the week it's that time, then 2 days out of the week it's earlier. So that was my compromise, you know. So yeah. All right, so let's go and let's get into the topics for today. So the thing of what we're going to discuss is one of the things that is kind of interesting, that was kind of like something going on Twitter. So there was a post where somebody said Anteater was like, and the editors of leading game sites just outright said Japanese equals bad. LOL. Man, The odds sucked. So glad the Japanese games are dead. Meme is dead and cold in the ground now. So essentially, he was basically going on a thread about, you know, going on a thread about, you know, reading reviews about certain Japanese games back in like the early 2010s, late 2000s, early 2010s, things like that. And yeah, I mean, this is something that I saw quite a bit, guys. Like with this whole, like, reviewers just seem to be very, like, Japanese equals bad. Like, for example, there was a reviewer, I'm not going to say, well, his name is covered up, but this is what he said about the game Vanquish from Platinum Games and from Sega. He said, since the embargo is up, I don't have much good to say about Vanquish. It's repetitive, clunky, and irritatingly punitive. Very Japanese. Like, what does that mean? What do you mean by very Japanese? Like, by you bash the game, that's fine if you think it's all those, which it's not clunky. Vanquish controls better than like most of the Western games made today. But repetitive, I mean, same people who play Call of Duty every single year and just play Battle Fortnite. You know what I'm saying? Like, Vanquish has more variety in enemies and stuff like that than a lot of modern games. I don't know what he's talking about. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, so that's the type of stuff, like, people would just outright say that. It'd be like, Japanese, oh, bad. You know, and I saw that. This is not the only guy who said that. You know what I'm saying? This is not the only guy who said that. There were other guys who said that. You know what I'm saying? There were other people who said certain, like, things in their reviews, in their actual reviews. So this era is pretty much dead at this point. I mean, obviously we don't see that too much anymore. Sometimes we see it. I mean, we see it from, but like from reviewers, not really. I think over the past, you know, on the other half of, let's say, the 2010s, I think Japanese developers have made some of the best games ever made in that era, and you know, in that time period. And you know, we're looking at stuff like FF7 Remake. We're looking at stuff, you know, that Western reviewers actually really like. I mean, heck, Western reviewers were praising Death Stranding, you know, up and down and left and right when they felt like it, I guess. And various other Japanese games as well. So I think that that's kind of changed. But at the time, there was people that were like, oh yeah, it's like over the top or something kind of different. People were really into like that, you know, Western Gears of War or stuff like God of War, you know, or games like that. That was really what people were like, okay, it's got to be like this, you know. And there were reviewers that were just straight up anti-Japanese games, you know. I think one game that I talked about on Twitter, because I made a post about it, I quote tweeted this. I said that one game that I know for sure that fell victim to anti-Japanese hate with video gaming was Lost Odyssey. There's no way in hell going back. I mean, we're looking at Lost Odyssey on Metacritic. There's no way in hell after anyone plays Lost Odyssey, if you actually play through Lost Odyssey, there's no way in hell this game is a 78 Metascore. That's asinine to say that Lost Odyssey is a 78. That is completely asinine. To say Lost Odyssey is a 78, that's ridiculous. It's not a 78. It's not even close. And yeah, I know it got a lot of great scores, but I mean, like, it got a lot of good scores. But I mean, like, you're looking at, you know, a lot of the stuff that was said, you know, about this game at the time. You know, they just said, it's just ridiculous, some of the stuff here. He says, like, Game Tap, for example. Lost Odyssey is a pretty solid Japanese RPG. Pretty solid. Fulfills the niche it aims for. It's not a true Final Fantasy clone, but at the moment, it's the best looking late 90s FF knockoff on the market. I mean, look at the pretentiousness in this. But whatever decent vibe, it ends up being cut down by technical glitches to the point that makes an epic adventure feel more like a dinky puppet show. That's not correct at all. Like, none of that is, like, that's not correct at all. None of that was correct. Like, it's not opinion. This is just horrible writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we're just seeing other stuff, you know. It's beautiful and offers an emotive story, but it could be too old-fashioned for some, aka Japanese. Could be too Japanese for some, old school turn-based Japanese. That's basically what he's trying to say there. You know, Games Master UK. So I mean, I don't know, man. Like, this is the game that I probably fell victim to it the most. This and like the original Nier. But to say that, I mean, at the time, like the 53rd best Xbox 360 game of 2018, like, yeah, right. You know, it is what it is, though. It says it's a shooter. Aren't they kind of repetitive? Well, that was the whole thing. It was like they were praising Call of Duty and all that, and that game's repetitive with legitimately 0 upgrades. You don't upgrade at all in Call of Duty. I mean, outside of the multiplayer, you have like, you get different guns, you know, you get perks, you get XP. But I mean, like, they were praising Call of Duty single player as if there was anything impressive with that, you know? So yeah. Maybe the user score. Oh yeah, the user score was better. The user score was like 84, 85. I mean, that's the minimum for what a should be, you know, for Lost Odyssey. Is like anything lower than like an 8 is to me ridiculous. So, you know, that's just kind of how I feel about the situation. I think that reviewers are reviewers, though. I mean, at the time, like, people were, I get it. Some people were looking to, like, we've been playing a lot of Japanese games, you know, PS1, PS2 era. Japanese games kind of dominated a lot of the charts and stuff like that. You know, a lot of Japanese games, obviously Final Fantasy was huge, and, you know, a lot of other games were big in that time era. Obviously Tekken, stuff like that, right? And Western developers started really adding in like online multiplayer. That's like really what got people kind of like, you know, gripped into what Western gaming was about, right? Online multiplayer, stuff like that. So I don't know, man. Like, to me, it just feels a little wrong. So I think that we'd have to go back and nullify all scores from Japanese games in that time period, in that era, from the 360 era all the way up to the any negative scores need to be re-reviewed. any games that were like cult classics need to be looked at and re-reviewed, because it seems a bit ridiculous. But anyway, I'm gonna get you guys' thoughts on this. You can tag me at PlayerEssence, #PlayerEssence, just PlayerEssence by itself. I'll be more than happy to answer you guys' questions and talk about stuff. So let's discuss. I remember during the switch from SD to HD generational period, people piled on Japanese devs for struggling. People accepted the narrative without research and accepted it as fact. Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. I was Call of Duty head, but after Black Ops 3, I stopped because the game started being trash and boring. Well, I mean, there's only so many times that you can just shoot somebody over and over when it comes to like Call of Duty, I guess. You know, I mean, like, because they do them every year. So it's not like it's like, oh, every couple years or every 2 years or 3, but it's like every year there's a new Call of Duty. So yeah. Do you think there's some kind of bias or nicer way to say racism towards anything that's not a Western game? I mean, it just could be bias. I don't know if that's saying that it's, you know, look, I'm not saying that it's like 100% factual with every single reviewer back then. I mean, obviously this is a bit of cherry picking when it comes to, you know, what I'm talking about here. I mean, it's not like every reviewer was like on that. So I don't want to make it seem to be that way. All I'm saying is that, like, there was definitely some instances where I could see where it's like, yeah, Japanese equals bad. Like, in some of this stuff, yeah, Japanese equals bad at the end of the day, which it is what it is. I mean, people are about to have their opinions, I guess, right? That was the same time most people dropped Pokemon as Gen 4 and they start trashed and clown Gen 5. I don't know. Those games still sold really well, so I'm not exactly sure if that was the case. But I mean, it could have been in some circles. I wonder, as if you have more knowledge, PlayerEssence, what was the Japanese gaming media during the late 2000s, early 2010s? The Japanese gaming media? Well, we didn't hear about the Japanese gaming media. I mean, still to this point, I mean, we don't really hear about Japanese gaming media a lot, because there's a few different sources. Japan isn't like massive. There's a few different places, right? You have like Famitsu. You have a couple other places that do some things. Obviously, you know, Japanese people, in terms of what they like and what they do, they kind of keep it within the realms of what they like, right? So, I mean, they don't really go too far outside of that. So, I don't know what the Japanese gaming media. The Japanese gaming media isn't large. Games in Japan are big, but the media around it, in terms of like press sites and all of that, it's nowhere near the size of like the West, like America. So it's hard to actually get a pulse of what it was back in 2000s, I mean, we didn't hear about it at all, you know, not too much. We just played the games that were Japanese, you know, but we did hear about stuff like, oh yeah, Dragon Quest is big in Japan, right? We heard about, you know, certain obviously Pokemon's big in Japan. Like, we heard about that type of stuff. Now, by the 2010s, I mean, once again, we didn't really have much to go off of, to be honest, when it comes to, you know, media, because a lot of Japanese YouTubers or content creators weren't as prevalent as they are now, you know? I don't think really Japanese content creators saw that as like a viable like living situation, right? A viable way to make money or a viable way to have a job. I don't think they did, right? Even like with esports, Japan was really no, we don't do that as professional, you know, like there was some, but a lot of it was like, no, not until up like recently they started getting more and more involved, right? There was even, I think, laws against it. It was like considered like gambling and stuff. So there's certain things that a lot of you know, how that goes, like they didn't have like what we have here, you know, but not, it's changing obviously. See, I do know that Lost Odyssey is worth over 100 now. Too bad I've lost my copy. Wait, Lost Odyssey is $100? There's no way it caught. Really? Lost Odyssey is $100? No. Nah, it's like 14 bucks, dude. Nah, it's not over $100. Nah. Let's see here. SG says, honestly, Bleep review scores altogether. The Game Explain review system is probably my favorite one. I mean, that's one way of putting it. It's more about what they say, not necessarily about the score, I guess. The Gerald 39 says, Western reviewers still somehow have something against bodies of video game characters, like articles about Xenoblade 2 because of Pyrus chest and things. Yeah, they still do that. Yeah, that's true, which is trash. Excuse me. 7%, I'll say it again, trying to cater to people who only got into something because it's trending, beginner's market mistake. Ninja Gaiden's highly rated among Westerners, usually better in the West. This combat is actually good. I mean, Ninja Gaiden games aren't rated that high. Anton says, I think that it'll be the same thing with comics. Manga critics hated manga and loved comics, but the readers bought manga and made the record in sales. I don't know that market as much, but yeah, that could be a good comparison. Yeah, that could be a good comparison. Could be. All right. Forgot to ask. So we taking old reviews or modern game reviews? Well, we're talking about the era, the time era. Obviously, like not in today's day, like modern stuff, it doesn't happen as much. So it's nowhere near as prevalent, you know, in today's era. So yeah. So that's not really the case in today's era as much. Although you still see it sometimes though. Yo, Shinru, let's go! Hey, wait for it, guys. Let's go. Yo, shout out to my man Shinru with the $20 JoJo donation. Is JoJo Fridays back? Let's go, baby. Thank you for the $20. Mr. Shinru becoming the top stream ninja and stream Okage. Put those JoJo emotes in the chat for my man Shinru. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you. And he says, what's up, ninjas? I'm finally back home from work. What are you talking about so far? Can you play something from Breath of the Wild, Rito Village? Yeah, I can play that. Rito Village. We are talking about the first topic, the supposed anti-Japanese era in terms of review games within reviewers and all that. So that's what we're discussing. So yeah, thank you for the 20 Shinru. JoJo Fridays in effect. Let's get it. Let's get it. Thank you so much for the support, man. I appreciate that, Mr. Shinru. Appreciate the 20. Yeah, that's what we're discussing, dude. So it's kind of difficult, I guess. You know, one thing that I did notice, N4G was definitely a cesspool for that type of stuff too, man. Like N4G was ridiculous because, you know, that's also the era where Sony started going away from Japanese style games too. You know, they started prioritizing Western style games as well. So, I mean, that was the era where, like, you know, Uncharted was made. You know, they started doing stuff. Obviously, they had Killzone on the PS2, but then, like, Killzone 2, you know, they started really heavily marketing shooters over and over and stuff like that. So yeah. Yo, shout outs to Chase Williams with the big $10 donation. Yo, shout outs to Chase Williams Shinru. That's a joke. That's a little bit of a JoJo too. Let's get it. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Chase. Yo, we got a little bit of a train going here. Let's get it. Thank you guys so much for the support. I do appreciate that. And he says, my copy of Chrono Trigger from eBay came in. Oh, how much did you pay for that? Thank you for the support, though. I appreciate that. Hey, how you doing? What copy from... Wait, hold up. What system? PS1, Super Nintendo, DS? From where? Which copy are you talking about? But thank you, Chase, for the $10. I appreciate that. We'll talk about the Smash community in just a bit, man, Hopper. Just relax and wait till we get to it, all right? We're still talking about the Japanese stuff, all right? The Japanese, community. So you guys just relax, okay? Those that are waiting for, like, the Smash stuff, just relax. We'll talk about it in just a bit, all right, guys? All right? We're still talking about the anti, Japan type of bias for stuff, all right, guys? Just relax. For those that are new, a lot of people come into the stream and just say, what's about this? And they just want to know instantly about stuff. Just relax. There's multiple topics, right? So, multiple topics. 3DS, about $28. Okay, so you must have got a used copy for $28. Did it come with the case? I don't know if did it come with the case for $28? That's not bad. Yeah, I have the DS game. I have the PS1 game. I have the Super Nintendo game. So I have all of them. So yeah. I feel like a lot of these reviewers also want Western culture to be applied to Japanese games. I mean, it could be, or it might just be a preference for them in terms of the style that they like. Which, we still might see some of this bias till today's day. Like, look at the Game Awards. Look at the Game Awards 2019. That was the ultimate case of form of I didn't play it. It's Japanese, so whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I don't know if it was intended, but it was just it kind of rubbed off in terms of what they were playing, right? It's like, okay, games like Xenoblade and games like Octopath Traveler are completely ignored for soundtracks. Games like some games, Japanese games just completely don't even get like not nominated at all. Despite having amazing review scores. So for example, games like Astral Chain, gets super high review scores, super high marks, and games like that, because yeah, it is somewhat, like the action is like a Western developer would never make a game like Astral Chain. They can't, and there's some type of games that Japanese developers can't make that Western developers make. But a game like Astral Chain, that's something that's like, yeah, it's definitely like more over the top, like Japanese action, and that type of game is not going to get any type of awards from a lot of these Western reviewers, even though it's an amazing game, and it reviewed higher than like all the games like in the Game of the Year that year, like legitimately reviewed higher than pretty much every single game, with the exception, I think, of like Resident Evil 2 and like Smash Brothers. I think, wait, was Smash in that year? 2019? Yeah, Smash was in that year too. Yeah, even though it came out 2018, but it was whatever. So it just is what it is, man. I think that's also some of the bias that we see too, which I made a bunch of funny videos about that and talked about it a lot. Let's see here. My bad, I got confused on eBay scrubby pricing. Yeah, there's no way it was $100 for that. Why do you think the narrative has shifted more positively towards Japanese studios? Because they started realizing that the games are good, and we're starting to get more multicultural types of people in these review sites and stuff like that. And I think just the world has changed just a bit, when it comes to like how you treat people and how you treat other types of people from different places. Back then it was more easier to be to be a certain way. So Burning Will, thank you for the 191 Australian. Is that Australian? I think so. Either way, thank you for the 191. I do appreciate the support. Yeah, Fire Emblem was barely nominated for anything. Fire Emblem reviewed better than most of the games that year, too. It had an 89 on Metacritic, so Astral Chain and Fire Emblem, in particular, should have been nominated way more times than they actually were. Fire Emblem didn't even get nominated for music, which is just a travesty. Once again, that's definitely bias on that front, definitely bias on that front, but, it is what it is on that one. Let's see, it is what it is. Anti-Japanese crying. Hey, what's up, Prenny? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? I love games that are Japanese companies like... Yo, Prenny. I think it was last week, Prenny. Did you get 80,000? You got 80,000, didn't you? For you? I was watching it in real time. You got 80,000, pretty. You feeling okay? Did they ban you over there? Let's see here. TH3 says most because peak Western devs are EA, Ubisoft, not exactly favored anymore. Yeah, that could be part of it. I'm doing good, Prinny. I'm doing good. Doing good. Burning Will says I used to feel the pre-2006 Monster Hunter reviews felt very biased, but partially due to the difficulty getting into the game. Yeah, I think at that time Monster Hunter was still, I mean, there was still a lot of issues, I guess, in terms of not modernizing or making it a certain way. But then it ended up getting better. Yeah, after a bit. I think once the series came to the PSP and to the 3DS. So yeah. He said I did get 80,000. It was an honor. Oh my god, that was great. That was great. Let's see here. Karen Buckley with the $5. Ovi, stop asking me what I ate today. With the 5 British pounds. It says, hi OJ, can you play Dragon Quest 11 opening theme? Dragon Quest 11 opening theme. Okay, I'll play that for you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Come get 80,000. I can't, Prinny. I got banned. I can't even get 80. I didn't even get the chance to get 80,000. I just got banned from LTG's stream. I didn't even do anything and I got banned. Dragon Quest 11 opening theme. All right. Shout outs. Thank you for the $5, Mr. Kieran Buckley. I do appreciate that support. I really do. Thank you. All right. What's the opening theme of Dragon Quest? Oh, wait. Dragon Quest 11 or Dragon... Okay, hold up. I typed in Dragon Quest 2 on accident. Alright, here we go. Let's see here. Bro, you got banned from LTG? I must have missed that stream. Yeah, I did. I did get banned. Is Baron still salty about New Horizons? I mean, I'm not... Guys, stop asking me really weird random questions, okay? I'm just gonna skip them. If you guys ask me just really weird, like, what'd you eat? Baron's still upset. I'm not Baron. Why would I? I'm not Baron. I'm not his freaking guardian. Why would I know what Baron's still upset about? Like, go ask Baron that question. Like, why are you guys asking me about another man, another grown man that's wrestling on AEW? Go ask him what he feels about it, not me. What the hell? I know what they meant. I typed in the wrong, what's it called? I typed in the wrong game. Let's see. When people say it's too Japanese and speak as a bunch of ignorant stereotypes, it basically means the anime style games, save the world tropes, JRPGs too different, just too weeb. Yeah, I think that's kind of what they're doing, but they don't make those same things like with a lot of Western games. Although I guess they kind of did it with Days Gone a little bit, so I think things have balanced out a little bit more in today's day compared to how it was back then. Like Days Gone, if Days Gone came out in the PS3 era, it would have been rated a 95. If Days Gone came out in the PlayStation 3 era, it would have been one of the highest rated games, you know, in that generation if that game was a PS3 game. But since it's in the newer age, you know, we've had a lot more open world games now, you know.
I want to shake your hand.
It is what it is
I
there.
Shake your hand.
Shinry with the $1 donation, it says, also, I want to say I just got a copy of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild original soundtrack physical. You own any video game soundtrack CDs, OJ? Can you skip this if it's too random? No, if you donate and ask me a random question, I'll answer it. But if you just randomly tag me with random stuff all day, you know, then I might just ignore it. Unless you're an elite. If you're an elite, I'll answer. I might answer. I might not. It just depends. Let's see here. Any video game soundtracks? Yeah, I got like Ocarina of Time. I've got Cadence of Hyrule. I got a vinyl soundtrack on that. So I've got a few. I've got Fire Emblem. I've got Smash Brothers. I've got a few soundtracks, physical. Not a lot though. Thank you for the $1 though, Shinra. I do appreciate that. I do appreciate that. See, how do you feel about the new Tales of Arise? Do you think it's looking too Western or drab, super colorful? Yeah, I talked about it this morning, pretty on my I did an gameplay analysis on my channel. So if you can check out like my full thoughts on that. But to speak about if it looks too Japanese or not, no, I don't think so. I think that's if you're gonna try to Westernize your game, that's the way to do it, because it still has an anime aesthetic, you know. I don't think it looks too Western. I don't think it does. I think it still looks, it just looks like an actual Tales game with way better graphics. You know, that's really what it comes down to at the end of the day. It looks like a Tales game with way better graphics. You know, using Unreal Engine and all that. So I actually like to move the series forward, they had to do this. So I actually don't mind that. And this should be the best-selling Tales game of all time pretty easily. So they should break all their sales records for whatever they're looking for. Now, I don't know if it's going to hit their sales goals. I don't know what they want, but it's definitely going to be the best-selling Tales game. It looks very good. I do like it. P.O. Box at one of these days. If a Japanese company did try to make a Western style game, it might not end well. Japanese companies have tried to make Western style games. Vanquish is definitely it's a shooter. Japanese developers aren't known for like shooters like that. I mean, like, look at like Resident Evil. Resident Evil, it's like these are like Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5. I mean, there's plenty of Japanese developers that have said, okay, we're going to try to make a game that's more geared towards the Western audience. That's not new. What do you mean it wouldn't end well like that? They've done that many times before. You know what I'm saying? They've done this many times. You know? Let's see here. I don't like the westernizing of games. I hope it's deep, complex, beautiful, and all that. It is. I think it is. Based off what they showed, they got a bunch of new information. Like, Pranny, I don't know if you saw the new footage or not, but it's definitely, it's still the Tales series, but it's just more modernized. That's all it is. It's still the Tales series, more so than you still get skills, you still collect stuff, you still, you know, have all like the different things that you're doing. Like, it's still Tales. I don't think that improving the graphics and making it full 3D control and all that is a bad thing. I think that's a good thing for the Tales franchise. You know? There's no such thing as a game that is too Japanese or too Western, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that should be... Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a fair thing to say, too. So, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a mix. I mean, when you see a game like Vanquish, you know, it has that mix of, you know, it's a third-person shooter, which generally, like, you know, behind the back kind of zoom in type of shooter. But at the same time, it has a very, like, you know, Japanese type of flair to it when it comes, like, to the over-the-top action. Like, you don't really see a lot of Western games developers make a game that has super crazy over-the-top type of, like, flips and jumps and, like, you're kicking rockets and stuff like that. You don't see that too much from, like, the bigger games. But like Japanese games, you'll see that all the time. Like, you'll see, like, for example, like an action game in Japan, you know, what? The technicals give me a raid. Hey, shout outs to the technicals crew. Boxing ring. Oh my god. Hey, shout outs to the homie Technicals, man. How you doing today, bro? I saw that you had a stream earlier. That I was watching your stream a little bit earlier, bro. Welcome. Shout outs to all the boxing ring guys. Trying to go to the boxing ring. Let's go. Phase Link sent us? Phase Link sent you guys? Alright, yo. Thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, it's Phase Link raid. It's not Technicals? Did Technicals send you guys or not? Phase Link. Hey, thank you for the 20. I explained jokes, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Nah, it's Technicals. Oh, okay, Technicals sent you guys. All right. Phase Link, not Tech. I think it was Technicals. I think it was Technicals. Oh, Phase Link is his old name. I didn't know Phase Link was his old name. I had no idea. I thought his name was just Technicals. I had no idea. Shout outs though, guys. Welcome to the stream. We're talking about we were talking about the anti-Japanese type of thing, but I guess, you know, we can move over to the
I want to shake your
to the anti situation, MVD, technicals, video, all that Smash community stuff. Rebel says, "Nice beard, my guy. Go boxing ring." Shout outs. Hey, thank you for the 2. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 2. We call those maple syrup dollars over here, homie. Thanks for the support, though. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 20 earlier, too, man. Also, Shinru, thank you for the 3. And he says, "This is why I wish Platinum Games could do a Star Fox Assault remake for the Switch. Similar action to Vanquish. Vanquish is underappreciated. Definitely one of the best third-person shooters. Can you play something from the game, OJ? From Vanquish? Sure. Vanquish main theme. Alright. So here we go. So let's talk about this because recently, for those who don't know, Technicals recently put out a video. He's been putting out videos about the Smash community and some of the inconsistencies that we've seen with the Smash community. You know, I've kind of been looking at it from the outside looking in, you know, and I think one of the biggest problems that we see, you know, one of the biggest issues that we see when it comes down to it is that there's inconsistency in who they're going after. Inconsistency who they're going after and what's going on. And certain people will do some things and they don't get attacked for it, or there's not a problem, you know, and other people do like this, some things, and they get attacked. So the most recent video and what everyone's talking about right now is the curious case of, you know, or not the curious, was the abandoned case of Anti and what happened there, you know, and how essentially, you know, Technicals, if you haven't seen the video, make sure you check it out. It's on his channel. Just type in Technicals. You'll see it there. Essentially, it seems like, you know, people want to selectively try to cancel people before all of the information is out. And I think that's, like I said, in like Technicals video, there's no winners or losers. The essential thing is that, like, before you go on tirades, and this is why I hate Twitter, like the judge, jury, and executioner of Twitter. Before you go on tirades about people and what it is, at least take some time to gather in everything. Yes, a lot of people were coming out against Anti in a certain situation, but the biggest problem was the whole situation that happened, like with the whole minor. Apparently she was 15, but then it was 16, but then she kind of lied about her age, but then there was other things that kind of happened, and then there was other people that she was, I mean, there was just like all sorts of stuff. And at the end of the day, which it ended up not even being illegal, what was going on with what happened with Anti and everything, yet he gets canceled, he loses his sponsorship, and essentially ruins his life that he had built up to that point, right? That he built up to that point. It ruins his life. And the thing that I don't like, the thing that I really don't like about this is that people now are offering, oh, well, I'm sorry. Guys with thousands of followers, you know, oh, well, I'm sorry. You know, I saw a tweet from, you know, this guy, Colin, who does Smash Brothers content, part of the Smash community, who's very, which I've seen him, this guy's very quick to, and I'm not trying to pick fights or anything with him and all that. And I talked to him on Twitter, and this is not trying to attack him or his work or whatever he does, okay? But this is the problem that we have, you know? I'm not trying to say that you can't feel, you know, for victims or whatever the case is. We can feel for them. But before you start trying to sit there and say that this person is this, this, and this, and calling them names, literally, you know, libel or slander on someone before they're even able to, you know what I'm saying? Like before, like there's due process and all that, you know, we should just wait till all the facts come out. Wait for them to legitimately respond. Because I see this tweet from this dude Colin. I'm looking at his channel. Dude's got like 400, almost 500,000 subscribers. Dude's got 101,000 followers. So last year, he's probably got like what, 70, 80? Hey, what's up, Nakat? Hey, welcome to the stream, bro. Shout out to my man, Nakat. This man's probably got like what, probably had like 70,000, 80,000. And then he tweets out stuff like, oh, this person's pedo, or this person's doing this. With 70, 80,000 followers, you know what I'm saying? And now just says, oh, well, I apologize. I'm going to read his tweet. And I'm not trying to make an example out of it. Like I said, I'm not trying to hate on this guy. I'm not trying to send hate to him. I'm just saying, like, this is the problem that we have. And then people dogpile and dogpile and dogpile when you got people with hella followers like this doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because he says, I think everyone in the community should look into the Anti case because myself and many others wrote him off completely before everything was presented and he had a chance to speak. Moving forward, it's important to work on stay neutral and open. I apologize to him. Okay. Apologize. Anti says, I appreciate that. You know? I appreciate it. But the problem that I have is that, I mean, you're so quick to ruin someone's life. Then just say, oh, I'm sorry, I moved too fast. Now, apparently, he reached out privately, because I said, well, why don't you compensate him financially? He said, oh, well, I reached out to him privately, and if that was something that he needed, I would have done that. I said, okay. But it's not about a need. It's about what's right. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, that's almost like libel or slander, right? Against someone. By the way, you guys know that at the time of all this happening, Anti was sponsored by T1. That's a top tier esports organization. I'm not going to get into his pocketbooks, but he was probably making $5,000 a month from them, maybe more. At least 3 or 4 minimum. It's a tier 1 sponsor, one of the best sponsors in the world for esports. And he loses that, and he's banned from everywhere. Everybody doesn't want to watch his channel anymore and all that. Now listen, he said himself that he's not 100% clean, and I don't want to get into the specifics of like every single thing. All I'm trying to say is that the reason why he got canceled, not because he was trying to hit on girls and they didn't like that, or he came off as sleazy or banned them. No, that's not the reason why you lose your sponsor. You lose your sponsor when people try to tell you that you did something illegal. That's how you lose your sponsor. Is when you do things illegal. Not because, oh, well, or you do things that's completely like racist or something like that, right? Okay, but in this case, it wasn't because, oh, I hit on this girl and they didn't like it and Anti, he's kind of sleazy or an F-boy. Like, that, you don't lose your sponsor for stuff like that. Most of the time, you don't. It's because you might have done something illegal or you did something illegal, you know? So people said, you know, and I saw another person on Twitter say, oh, well, by the way, a good Smash Brothers player, and he says, and I'll get that donation in just a bit. Let me get through this spiel. And he says, oh, well, people feel uncomfortable around Anti at tournaments, so they shouldn't be welcomed back. It doesn't matter if we didn't do anything illegal. People feel uncomfortable. Okay, so then I feel uncomfortable with ESAM around because ESAM said racist things. So I feel uncomfortable around ESAM as a black man. I feel uncomfortable. ESAM should be banned from all tournaments because I feel uncomfortable around ESAM because he said racist things. Even to Nakat here in the chat. That boxing ring thing, that's from ESAM and Nakat's thing. So I feel uncomfortable. So since I feel uncomfortable, ESAM should be banned from every single tournament. See, that's the problem. And like I said, it's a top player that said that. So if you feel uncomfortable around someone because of something that you heard online, they shouldn't be allowed to come to a tournament. See, like the Smash community, you guys are gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. A lot of these people, you're gonna learn that you're not doing yourselves any favors. You feel uncomfortable. Notice how feeling uncomfortable. Listen. I'm not gonna try to do race stuff or anything like that. You know, but it seems very awkward to me. I feel uncomfortable. Of course, Anti's black. Of course, you feel uncomfortable around a black person with these type of things being said out there. Of course, you feel uncomfortable. You would. Okay, then what about ESAM? You feel uncomfortable around him? Oh, but it doesn't affect you. You're not the same skin color as us. So him saying racist things and all that, he apologized. It doesn't affect you. It's okay, right? Okay. Because it doesn't affect you. So you don't feel so you don't feel uncomfortable. Okay. Corny. In my opinion. Super corny. Super corny. And I'm not gonna say everybody in the Smash community. I'm not gonna drag because like look, because Nakat's part of that. There's great people. Well, I don't know what you want to say about Nairo, but I mean, like, you know, EE's cool. There's lots of cool dudes in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like lots of people in there in the community, you know? But there's a problem here, guys. MK Leo's great. There's lots of great people. So it's not everybody. But this whole I feel uncomfortable, extra corny, exactly. I feel uncomfortable around this person because he hit on these girls or whatever. Okay. But you don't feel uncomfortable around somebody who said multiple racist things? All right, sure. Now you have the case about MVD and what happened there. Let me get this super chat real quick. Sebastian Guerrero with the $5 and says, Twitter is a cesspool. I've stayed off of it for the most part, and I've been feeling a lot better. Play any Fire Emblem Three Houses song. All right, I got you, man. I got you. Thank you for the support. So now with this MVD thing, I'm not going to go too much into it. Technicals had a video on it, you know? And here's what I think. This is nuanced. This is nuanced. This is a very, very delicate situation. Because you have people that are sitting there and demolishing, you know, saying, oh, well, he's allowing somebody underage drink, blah, 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 this and that. But then you have another situation where there was underage drinking and somebody was with somebody else and that person's okay and this person isn't. You know what I'm saying? So here's what I'll say. At the end of the day, in 2021, going forward, you take care of yourself. I'm telling you, the more you try to associate with someone one way or another at certain things that are going on, the more you try to talk to people, I'm telling you guys this. You've got to legitimately have your phones ready, camera phones, make sure that you gather evidence, especially if you're black or brown. Because going forward, these type of things can make you lose everything. Okay? These type of things can make you lose absolutely everything. So guys, going forward, be careful about what you say, what you do, where you go, and what's going on. You just have to. You have to at this point. Because look at what's happening. Some people in the Smash community want to selectively cancel certain people. Oh, it's okay here, but it's not okay there. I don't like this person here, so I'm going to be against it there. I don't like this guy who said what he said, but I'm still not going to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like it's selective. So at the end of the day, you've got to make sure that once again, you stick with the people that you know and that you trust, and you don't go too far out of line. You know what I'm saying? Don't hit on any girls in Smash Brothers ever again. Like, if you go to an event, don't ever talk to anybody ever again. Like, no joke. Like, if you're black or brown, do not talk to no, that is not the place to talk to anybody anymore. In my opinion. I can only speak from my experience. Don't ever talk to any girls at any Smash Brothers event ever again in any type of way I want to talk to them. Don't ever. Stay away. Go on Tinder. But heck, that might be a problem too. Do something else. I don't know. Verify. But don't ever do that, because you know what happens? I watched that interview with Anti. Legitimately, people 4 years later, he said that he hadn't heard about something hitting on a girl, right? 4 years later, a twit longer. She was uncomfortable about that. Okay, well, they were talking. He thought there was something there. It didn't work. He stopped right away. He didn't pursue. Heck, I think even blocked on Twitter or whatever, the soft block on Twitter, whatever the case is. Didn't do anything else. Didn't pursue there. Didn't assault anybody or anything. 4 years later, twit longer. Now that everybody's piling on top of him, he's like, well, wait a minute. I thought I just tried. I shot my shot. Obviously didn't like. Okay, that's good. I'm out. And now 4 years later, twit longer. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like, you've got to be very, very, very careful. The Smash community's definitely got to change. There's definitely got to be a lot of changes here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of changes here. A lot of changes here, because this is what we'll get. This is the type of things that you'll get into. And unfortunately, you know, I think Anti's like, what, 27? So Anti is kind of a crossover between the old school guard in terms of like how guys would talk to girls and stuff like that, and like the new school, right? The same type of things that Anti did in terms of things like the F-boy, whatever you want to call it, is what people would do all the time, you know? But no means no. And everybody knows that, right? The legal age and no means no. In this, like when it comes to video games and Smash community and certain ages and all this type of stuff, it's very complex. So I'm not going to sit here and say that there's like right or wrong. And, you know, Technical said the same thing. There's not any hero or not, or right or wrong, or this and that. It's simply accountability and fairness at the end of the day, you know? And it's tough. It's very, very tough. Because you have some people, you know, that simply don't want to follow through with that when it comes to who they know and who they don't know. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. But it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's in this modern age. And I think if anything that you can take away from this is that we really need to stop with this judge, jury, like for me, judge, jury, executioner, Twitter. That is one of the biggest problems, is judge, jury, and executioner Twitter. I can't stand it. That type of stuff really makes me upset, especially when like huge names will selectively do this. You know? Will selectively pick someone to target. You know? And in other situations, oh, well, I know that person. Let me try to ease the blow. That's why, even like with this whole situation that came up with MVD, you know, I'm not going to go attack anybody at this point. I'm just going to talk about it on my own platform, and that's it. But I'm not going to go on Twitter and say, oh, you know, here's this and this, and say this person should be canceled. Like, I might quote tweet and say, hey, man, like, you know, that's not right with what happened. But the name calling, the false accusations, the slandering, like the libel, all that type of stuff needs to stop before you get the facts. Like, legitimately needs, like, look at what happened to Nairo, you know? Like, all that stuff needs to stop. Like, people need to legitimately, like, wait. Stop being so, stop being so hasty to make your brandishing of someone. Like, people don't, I'm telling you, some people have no compassion at all for somebody's life. They'll jack somebody's life up as long as they're still getting theirs. You know what I'm saying? They will. They really will. They really will. So, it is what it is, man. It's very unfortunate. The African Triforce with the $5 through Super Chat and says, with all the problems going on in the Smash community, no wonder why Nintendo doesn't support them. Well, I think that it's a variety of things. I mean, obviously, before all that, Nintendo would support, but not support in the same type of way. I mean, there's been tensions between the Smash community and Smashers and Nintendo. It's like you're born into it, man. There's like legitimately like kids that were, it's like they were born into the war. You know what I'm saying? And that's no cap, by the way. There was kids that were born into this, you know, that play Smash right now. So, I mean, it's been going on for a long time at this point. Oh man, dude. So it's been it's a thing. All right, let me go ahead and get into some more of these comments. If you're not a known or a part of this community, then you need to watch your back this day and age. Yeah, you need to watch your back anywhere that you go and anything that you do. That's why listen, for those that are new here, if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. All these new peeps from Technical's channel, make sure you guys subscribe. It'd be hype if we got like 100 new subscribers right now. So make sure you guys subscribe. I talk about, you know, we do live stream stuff. We talk about this stuff all the time. I'm not as controversial as Technicals, but I got people from the Smash community that I mess with here. So I'll just say this. That's why man, I take no chances, bro. After my last relationship, man, I'm like, I'm good. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go back to my own mother country and just something traditional, just marry. You know what I'm saying? I said after my last couple relationships, I said, man, I'm done with this, bro. I'm just gonna old school, traditional, none of this, you know. So I said I'm out. I Shark Tanked it. I said I'm out. You know, I Shark Tanked it. So Like I said, the incidents happen. We got to take a step back, wait for all the facts, then bring out thoughts. Yes, exactly. 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 Already did. Hey, thank you to the new subscribers. I appreciate that. I'll give you guys all shout outs too. Five Nister. Yo, shout outs, man. Welcome. Javier, thank you for the support. Psycho Milk, thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Says the Smash scene is full of fake people and people who will throw people under the bus for the Twitter likes. LOL. It's why a good amount of people are distancing themselves. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and it's why a lot of people are diversifying their content. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are diversifying their content, not just doing Smash anymore, but, you know, doing other things. I know, like, Nakat, you know, he's doing other games. You know, we got him on the Spawncast the other night. He talked about other stuff. People subscribed from there. You know, it seems that he's multi-talented. You know, like, it's not just about Smash. He can talk about lots of stuff. You know, he can talk about other things, and that's how a lot of these content creators now are kind of going, try to just say, hey, like, I'm not just all about Smash. You know, so I mean, that's what you have to kind of do. You know, let's see here. Just got auto sub. Just fixed the LOL. Just fix that. Hey, shout outs. Hey, what's up, Harold Rivera? I'm doing pretty good, man. How are you? So the sole issue I have with MVD is the way that he went about the issue. He took no accountability. He was basically looking over a girl and got assaulted. Well, here's what the girl says. So the girl says this. She says, the actual girl that it happened to. She says, let me clarify some things for y'all who's still on the hunt for drama. That night, MVD was not my +1 or chaperone walking me around. He was simply my friend. In no way was he responsible for me or for my actions. Just simply keeping an eye on me like a friend would. The reason he walked away from me was to go pee. And he left me with someone we both thought could be trusted, D1. Jesse didn't invite me, that's MVD, didn't invite me to the party. I would have gone regardless, and I would drink regardless. All of you are acting like you've never seen a high school or college aged kid drink at a party and easily access alcohol. So there are bigger issues to be addressed than blaming him for that, for what happened, I promise. And let me add, he did try to make me stop drinking even from the beginning. I told him no, I wanted to have a good time. People should be able to drink without feeling the risk of being, you know what, assaulted. Just my opinion, though. So that was her comments on that. I'm a new sub from a few weeks ago. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that, Hoppergrass. Appreciate it. Yep, I'm doing other games in anime. There you go. I'm not boxing myself into Smash anymore. Exactly. You can't do that. You know, you can't do that. You gotta expand. She made this a big issue before, huh? She talked about it in the whole last year. Yeah, when she said like what happened with her. Now, Technicals did quote tweet her and discuss. I think Technicals did. He says Technicals quote tweeted this whole thread and said, "You state in your tweet longer that he accompanied you to the party. He not only has a legal obligation to intervene, but to absolve him of any responsibility is an incredibly weird perspective, especially if we're talking about steps to make sure this never happens again." So there are some legal type of ramifications there, right? There are legal ramifications. I don't think Technical's wrong on that front. Technicals also says these kind of responses that fully absolve him of any role is why I stated that it appears the relationship they had together contributed greatly to the bias involved in crafting this narrative, because they did end up dating, I think 7 months later or something like that. So yeah. Do you think it's possible to be a top smasher without Twitter or any presence, or would it leave too much money on the table? Obviously Twitter is big, so being a top smasher and having a Twitter is good, but I think that basically minding your business and just posting when you go live and just posting your thoughts and not engaging with a bunch of people is probably the best way to go about it. I mean, I think that's what Nairo's doing now. He just says, hey, I'm live, and that's it. He's not sitting there posting all day and doing all this type of stuff. Just post. If you have a thought about a video game, post a thought, but don't spend your time, you know, browsing through Twitter and responding to people and doing this and that. Like, don't do all that. Just post your thoughts on something, and that's that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you should do. Honestly, this is why I stay quiet and only saw what I think enough knowledge about the matter. But even then, I'd wait till the time is right. Yeah, exactly. It's about, you know, it's about waiting till all the information is, remember, it's like innocent until proven guilty, right? Like that doesn't apply to some people on Twitter. And also there's like a lot of sheep mentality, like, you know, like the beginning of Technical's video. I think that's perfectly states up, you know, how a lot of people think. A lot of people are sheep. They sit there and they want social media to affect how they feel without doing due research, or they see one thing and they immediately fly off the one end, you know. Oh, well, this is what Anti did. Oh, it's like, wait a minute. Oh, Anti admitted it because, dude, he's getting bombarded from people left and right. That's gonna, listen, let me tell you guys something. I've taken quite a bit, a number of my communication and psychology classes. Do you know, in this day and age, a teenager or a young adult being bombarded with saying that you're a crook, you're a criminal, over and over on a platform with thousands upon thousands of people bombarding you with something when you're not even sure what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You're not 100% sure what's going on. You don't know and all of a sudden something just happens. It spawns. Imagine being thrown into, I don't know, like Doom Eternal, like real life Doom Eternal. You're thrown into, and like you don't even, you got one gun and demons are just trying to rip you to shreds. How would you react? You panic. You panic. That's what people do. There is such thing as panicking. Yes, panicking, nervousness, shock. These are all things that can affect what you say and what you do spontaneously, especially if your platform and your identity is built up on there. Anti had nearly 100,000 followers. His identity was through Twitter. Do people not realize what can happen to your brain as a young man? Now me, the heck that happened to me, and I'm not even young. And it was on a much lower scale than what happened to Anti, and I panicked and said a couple things that I shouldn't have said on Twitter, you know? And some people were trying to, I'm not gonna relive what happened, but for those who were there, they know. And that was on a much smaller scale. I think I didn't even have 10,000 followers back then. I'm not even sure. Much smaller scale than all this. And I'm not young. I'm old. You know? So if you're thinking about it from a 21, 22, 23, 25-year-old, what do you think they're gonna panic? You know? They're gonna panic. They're going to panic, and they're gonna say and do things that they don't know what to do. If you take a basic psychology class, I'm not trying to defend people that are rightfully accused of something, but you can't sit here and tell me that these guys, people that were wrongfully accused, not people that were rightfully, but people that were wrongfully accused, didn't panic and do things that they shouldn't, that they didn't mean or shouldn't have said or done. You know? That's a very normal, as somebody, like I said, who's taken my fair share of psychology. I'm not an expert or anything like that. That is a very normal response, you know, from what I saw from some people. Yeah, which would be a bad response. That is the thing that you do when you're being bombarded. It's a bad response. Like I said, I've had content creators that are bigger than me bombard me and like say things to try to, you know, whatever, and I've panicked before. It's happened to everybody. And like I said, mine was nowhere near bad. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near as bad as, you know, what was going on. So yeah, man. Let's see here. Psycho Milk says, I usually get on Twitter, so scroll down a couple. If you guys want to tag me, if you guys want me to read off your comment, just tag me, please. Or try to just say OJ or say PlayerEssence so I can read off your, because a lot of you guys, I think you guys are talking to me, but I don't know, because like we have a hell of people, and I don't know if you guys are talking to me or you're talking to the chat. So I'm trying to keep track, but I'm not sure. So if you guys had some, for those that are new, if you guys had something to say to me or whatever the case is, like, you know, let me know. All right. As you get on, yeah, exactly. I just get off for a week. Yeah, that's a good thing. You got to cleanse yourself of Twitter. I stopped going on Twitter a lot myself too, you know? Like even if the accusations were eventually right, if you have no evidence, like shut up, not talking about you, obviously. Yeah, bro, I teach psychology. It's about keeping composure. Say what you will. You can never let a mob get to you. That's basic logic. Dude, that's not basic logic. What? You know good and well. Wait, if you teach psychology, then you know good and well that everyone's not gonna have that logic. That's not a logic that's typical for a 20-something-year-old with social media influence. In modern communication and in today's day, there's no way that's how a typical teen would act. A teen or a young, there's no way that, okay, no matter what, people are calling me all these different types of things, and I'm just gonna be calm and that is not the, for some people, yeah, they can do that. But not everybody is going to have that type of mental resolve. Not everybody is. Not everybody is going to have that. TH3, you know that. Wait a minute. You know there's no way everybody's going to have that type of mental resolve. You can try, but it's not going to be a normal thing for people to do, right? Let's just be real here. Who has the type of mental resolve to sit there and stay in that type of heat? Now, I've gotten that type of heat in certain ways too, and I've kept my cool many, many, many times. But like when your sponsor drops you, you're getting bombarded. People are saying you did this. You're getting twitlongers made after you by the second. You got people calling you names. You got videos dropping. You got all that's being bombed on you. At what point? That's going to be tough for everybody to keep their resolve in that situation. They might break mentally. They might break. They might break. Bro, what I'm saying is ideal. The default is primitive and ill-informed. No, what you're saying is right. Yeah, that's like what you need. Okay, you're reviewing to the MVD thing. Okay, the MVD thing and the anti thing is a different situation, though. Different situation. But okay. I agree with your basic premise, though. How about that? I don't even have a Twitter back in 10th grade. Okay, you don't have a Twitter? Yeah. No one needs Twitter. I mean, for some of these pros, they have to have one, though. That's how they just communicate or whatever. Hey, what's up, Blue EX? I appreciate that, man. All I go on Twitter for is some gaming news and to support the artists, to post their fan arts there. There's the mute button. Yeah, I mute lots of people. Yeah. I was talking more about the anti situation, not the MVD situation. MVD situation is a little bit different, I guess. DeAndre Hudson, thank you for the 2 maple syrup dollars. I appreciate that. Shout out to my friends up north. Heart Gold routes 47 theme. Thank you for the support. Thank you guys for heading out to the stream today. I do appreciate it. Shout outs. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button too. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button as well. It really does help out the channel. And enable notifications if you're new as well. I drop, Switch content all the time, Japanese gaming content all the time, RPG stuff all the time. And I'm one member of the Spawncast, one of the most popular podcasts on the interwebs, gaming podcast on the interwebs. It's a good podcast. Make sure you guys check it out. Saturdays at 9 p.m. ET. 9 p.m. ET. All right. Let's see here. Right. I don't know what you're talking about, Soonfish. What is that? What is that all about? Hit me up on Twitter about that. Hit me up on Twitter about that. So yeah, man, it is what it is. But all right, so let's go and get into some next topic, I guess, or we can still take you guys' comments. We're gonna take you guys' comments and questions and all that here. So you can tag me once again at PlayerEssence, hashtag PlayerEssence, PlayerEssence by itself. If you guys have some weekend gaming, what you guys gonna do over the weekend? I know Nier came out today, right? So Nier Replicant version 1.22, blah 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 blah. So that came out. So if there's some cool games you guys are playing this weekend, let me know. I haven't really been playing much. I've just been playing like the Monster Hunter. We played Mario Kart. We played Super Smash Brothers. So that was fun. Not on topic, but oh, that's okay. We can move to random questions. No. Not on topic, but just wondering if you're gonna play Guilty Gear Strive on your channel. I am not gonna play Guilty Gear Strive, but I'm definitely gonna watch other people play Guilty Gear Strive. Let's see here. I'm gonna be in Cali all summer. You're gonna be in Cali all summer? Oh, we definitely have to kick it. What part of Cali are you going to, the cat? I avoid Twitter and social media. I'm Hispanic, Asian, and white, and not accepted by any group. Not a big deal. It's but irritating. Well, you're accepted here. How about that? Who cares about being accepted by ethnic groups or whatever the case is? You're accepted here, James. So, that's why I built PlayerEssence, so people can feel upset. The reason why I even built this channel in the first place, that I thought of the name PlayerEssence, was because of all the racism in the Resident Evil forums and the Resident Evil, like just online in general. So I was like, man, wouldn't it be cool if you can come to a place and if somebody was being that way and crazy, you can just get rid of them and we can have people here from all over the world, all walks of life, black, white, Asian, whatever the case is, wherever you're from. It doesn't matter. It's not like you can't pick who you are in terms of like your color or anything. So why is it even important? Or why does it even matter? You know, when it comes down to like at the end of the day, like you shouldn't be criticized for it or you shouldn't be persecuted against for it. So that's the reason why I even made this channel. So you're welcome here. I'm not familiar with the anti-drama. I've only been speaking to MVD. I don't speak things. I have no expertise and not sound stupid. Okay, definitely check out the technicals video if you can about the forgotten case of anti. Check that out when you can. So I cannot donate till 4 weeks after I use my bill to order. You don't have to, Nuka. You're already Patreon joined tier. You're okay, bro. Don't worry about that, man. I appreciate the support though. If you can't donate, for those who do donate though, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you are gonna donate, make sure you put a song request, a video game song request, so I can play your song. Shout outs to my man DeAndre with that Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. That was beautiful. I love Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver. That's one of my favorite games. One of my favorite Pokemon games for sure. Absolutely one of my favorite Pokemon games. All right, let's see here. SoCal LA area. All right, man, for sure. Definitely have to see if I can roll through, man. I get my second COVID shot Monday. So yeah, Monday. So for sure. Replaying the first Mass Effect mostly for the comparisons when I played the Mass Effect Trilogy Legendary Edition. Screw the first Mass Effect. I'm done. I'm just gonna play that. I'm just playing next month. It's on like Donkey Kong, man. I cannot wait. If you use Twitter, put the words on the block list so you don't see the and post the crap. They'll bring you down. I only do video game content. That's it on Twitter. Avoid the drama and be good. Yeah, I've actually done that before. There's certain things that I've muted myself too. Let's see here. Hey, thank you, Marcus. I appreciate that. Dark Tip, yo, thank you for the $10 through Super Chat. And he says, song request, Sunken Temple, Frogger's Adventure, The Rescue. I hate Twitter, LOL, but I do like to follow up on gaming news and music artists. Yo, shout outs. Yo, Dark Tip, yo, thank you for the $10, bro. I appreciate that. Let's get your music popping, all right? Sunken Temple, Frogger's Adventure, throwback kind of. Frogger used to be like the biggest thing in gaming back in the day. For all you Gen Zers, man, there was a time that Frogger was like the biggest thing ever. Yo, Eric P with the Toby Blaster. Let's go. Yo, the Hokage coming through the village. Let's get it. Yo, thank you for the $20. Or so thank you for the $15. Thank you for the 10, Mr. Dark Tip. And then thank you, Eric P with the 15. Let's get it. And he says, I need a blaster. That was a blaster. Love y'all. Rough week. FFT music, please, sir. All right, I got you, man. I got you. Thank you for the support, guys. Appreciate that. Thank you for the support. I really do appreciate it. Glad you guys are enjoying the streams enough. Glad you guys are enjoying. Today's stream was hype. Shout out to my man Technicals though. Technicals is the homie. Technicals is definitely the homie, man. He's a cool dude. I like that guy. He's funny. Thank you for the 10. Thank you for the 15, guys. I appreciate that. You still got plans to play Mass Effect on that Mass Effect video? Yeah. As we get closer to the launch, I'll definitely do a Mass Effect video for sure. Mass Effect doesn't perform well on my channel though, so it's not a priority. Not a priority. Yeah. He says, yeah, back in the day, Frogger it was huge, man. Frogger was like God tier back in the day. So yeah. 2K22. Why are you titling the COVID shots as if it's like freaking basketball? Like 2K22. Gonna be on the cover getting a COVID shot. Gonna be dunking a basketball getting a COVID shot. SG. Oh my gosh. 2K22. Oh my gosh, dude. 2K20. This man really said 2K22. Oh man. Frogger's Adventure was a childhood game. Yeah. They tried to bring it back. It got bodied though. I'm well aware of what 2K22 means 2022. I'm well aware of that. I just don't know why you're titling it just say 2022. What's the K for? That's like NBA 2K. Like when people say 2K, like 2K, that's basketball. I'm really well aware of like K is thousands. I'm very well aware of it. But like, do people, when people say 2021, do people say really 2K21? Do people really do that? Like when you talk about 2021, when you talk about like 2022 or 23, you guys really use that instead of just saying that I mean, that sounds like you're playing, talk about, especially in a gaming stream. It's like you're thinking about talking about like basketball. But hey, whatever. Like, you know, whatever. If that's how you guys do stuff, go ahead. Just say 2021, 2022. But whatever. It's all good. Who cares at the end of the day? You do whatever you want. Godzilla fan. Yo, thank you for the 100 core crystal. Says Chrono Godzilla. I don't know what the hell that means. But yo, shout out to Godzilla fan 90. Hey, thank you for the support. Playing the let's see here. Playing the Trails in the Sky, third chapter, along with Near Replicant, along with some Tales of Berseria sprinkled in there at some point. Man, you got a busy weekend. You got a busy weekend. By the way, this Mega Man song is absolute fire. Absolute fire for this Mega Man song, by the way. I think he was just messing around. He might have been. I don't know. I'm messing around. Love Nintendo streams, dude. Keep up the great work. Yo, shout outs. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Another tougher part of the neckbeards is their Maldi culture in the Smash community. Yeah, I know. I mean, you know, I don't know if it's all neckbeards, but to me, there's just some lameness that's going on for sure. Definitely some lameness that's going on. Definitely some lameness that's going on for sure. 2022 is 8 syllables long in my native language. Yeah, but you're not speaking, you're typing. They're literally the same length. 2022 and 2K22, you're not speaking, you're typing. But whatever. I said whatever, man. Whatever. Just do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But thank you for the 100 core crystals. I appreciate that. 22 would be shorter. Yeah, 22 would be the shortest. That'd be the shortest. Or you just say, like, next year. I'll probably wait till next year, you know? But it is what it is. Say whatever you want. Or think about it however you want. Or whatever the case is, you know? People can do what they want. I enjoy you guys. I enjoy having you guys here. Talk about all this stuff is dope. Let me get Eric P's next music track here, though. This song, it just keeps on going. All right. Oh, Final Fantasy Tactics. All right, that's what you meant. Why are these tracks so short? Oh, here we go. When do you think MS will bring Replicant to Switch? MS? Microsoft? Microsoft doesn't make Replicant, Near Replicant. Square Enix makes Near Replicant. So, I don't know if they'll ever bring it. Maybe next year or something? You rocking with the new Pokemon games? Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of the Pokemon. I mean, like, in terms of, like, the thought process. The Pokemon Legends Arceus, I'm very excited for that game. Very excited for that game. I think that game's going to be a lot of fun. I like the reinvention of the game on what they're doing. So, yeah. And I'm going to get Diamond and Pearls. That's like, my favorite gen. So, I'm definitely going to get Diamond and Pearl. And I'm definitely going to get Pokemon Legends Arceus. Absolutely. I'm rocking with them. Do I play Call of Duty games? Nah, I don't play Call of Duty. Not anymore. Smash community sounds like a bunch of Steves from American Dad. Let's see. Gonna play some Monster Hunter Rise while listening to OJ. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Tekken? No, I don't play Tekken either. No. I do watch Tekken, though. I know LTG plays Tekken, so I do watch when he plays. GHD? Hey, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Make sure you're new. For all the new people, hit that subscribe button. Hit that subscribe button. I meant Game Pass. Oh, Game Pass. Okay. Oh, when is Game Pass gonna hit Switch? I don't know. Maybe there's some type of announcement at E3 or xCloud. I think xCloud might be a little bit of a something, or like a curated selection of games. I did a video on it though. Check out my video that I did on it on the channel. Says then you had the likes of Kotaku saying JRPGs were dead because FF lost its way, but they were always alive and kicking. Xenoblade, Persona, Fire Emblem, Bravely Default, Dragon Quest, and lots more. Yeah, that's true. It's a stupid narrative that they do, but Kotaku's always looking for like the super crazy hits. So I understand why they make articles like that and they title stuff the way they do, because it works and people go there and read them. So they're gonna keep doing it as long as it works. So yeah. Problem is Switch has no web browser. What does a web browser have to do with anything that we're talking about? Who cares? Got a web browser right here. Let's see here. YZ250 Moto says Mortal Kombat is on HBO Max, and my wife just said if you have it. HBO Max. Game Pass has nothing to do with the web browser. Has nothing to do with the web browser. That's stupid. that's a curated service that's legitimately built in. xCloud, that is a service that can be built through its own application and put on there. A web browser has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. They can build literally an app for the Switch that can host that. You honestly think that a web browser is what is the difference between actually having Game Pass or not? You're not serious, are you? Okay, then how can I post on Twitter then? I meant xCloud on web browser. It's not gonna be xCloud on web browser. They're gonna if they're gonna put xCloud on Switch, it would be specifically built for it. It'd be specifically built for it. The Switch can access the web. It doesn't need a web browser to access the web. You guys realize that, right? I hope you guys realize that. Because you know the Switch can access the web, but it does not have a web browser. Their internet is possible on there. Heck, you can hack it and make a web browser on there. Or not make, but access and like surf the web. But it's not, I'm not even gonna go there. It's all good. What I'm gonna say is this: a web browser is not needed for xCloud. Like the fact that you can't browse the web. That's not the point. By anti-Japanese, do you mean Western focused? No, I mean basically people that are speaking in a certain way about games because of the style of game that it is from Japan. So yeah. But the thing about it is that no, if there was, you wouldn't be able to run a web, even if it had a web browser, right? You still probably wouldn't be able to run it on there because it probably wouldn't have the type of memory allocated to it for it to run efficiently through that without hacking. Even if there was a web browser, let's just say, because I doubt you'll be able to do it like whenever Sony adds, I don't know, does the PS5 have a web browser? I know like the PS4 does. I don't think you're going to be able to play Game Pass. Can you play that on the PS4 or like let's say you got a Wii, right? Or you got any other system that can like certain systems can web browse, right? Like the Wii U, there's a web browser. I don't think you're going to be able to play xCloud through that, unless you like do other things. So I don't think that would work even if it did have one. But whatever. Dude, this is groundbreaking. You should make a video about it so more people can be aware. This is revolutionary. Yeah, I know. Revolutionary. Do you think Super Smash Bros. will make more new characters? Super Smash Bros. Ultimate after like the Fighters Pass is done? I don't think so. I wish people would be more open-minded. Yeah, that's the problem. That's one of the biggest problems, Prenny. PS5 doesn't have a web browser. Okay. Try xCloud on the Wii U web browser. Yeah, I don't think it would work. I don't think it would work. It might, but I don't think it would. But that's, like I said, that's not the issue. Let's see here. The xCloud web browser thing is because it was a workaround for Apple because Apple wanted to hinder MS. It's not needed. It's not needed otherwise. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was figuring. That's what I was thinking. Like, you don't need that in order for them. They'd build an application particular to the Switch so everything can run efficiently, you know? So yeah. So if Microsoft wanted xCloud on the Switch, they would work with Nintendo to get it. Well, if Nintendo wanted xCloud and they wanted Game Pass, then they'd work together to get it done. So yeah. All right. Keep the questions coming though, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate the questions. Were the people mad at Sony for similar reasons like no browser? I think some people brought it up, but once again, it's a very small percentage of people who care about a web browser, like on a system. Like, I think back in the day, people cared about it more because we didn't, like for example, the 7th generation, I think a web browser was dope or better, it was cool because most people didn't carry around smartphones that could access the internet in 2006, believe it or not. Or if you're a kid, you might not have, you might have had like a flip phone, you know, back in the day, or like a brick phone, like a Nokia. So those didn't have the type of internet that's the modern internet, right? So back then, having a web browser was like, okay, yeah, we need a web browser, right? So back then it was like, yeah, I want one. And you might have not even had a computer back then. You might have just went to the computer lab to do all your program, like go to the library. You know, I know that's what I did. I didn't have a computer for the longest time. When I was in school, when I was in high school, I didn't have a computer to type. You know what I had to do? I had to freaking go to the library and type. I would, you know, back in the day, or even like when I was in junior high and stuff like that, I would ride my bike to the library and type on the old school DOS computers back in the day. I'm old. So like, that's what I would do. I didn't have a computer at home and like a printer and all that type of stuff. I just didn't have it. So by the time that, you know, 2006 rolls around, yeah, having a web browser on a system that's like a good feature. But now that we're in 2021, you know, 2020, like everybody has one of these. Everybody has tablets, smartphones, computers. They're so prevalent. Like a web browser isn't really, like, that's clunky. Like, why would you want to browse the web on your system? You probably don't. You want to just like have an app. You want to watch Twitch, watch YouTube. We got apps for all of that. Watch whatever you want to watch, Netflix or whatever the case is, or you want to just play a game, you know, or you just do that, and everything else can be done on here way more efficiently and way better, and in way better resolution and all that type of stuff like that. So, and like easier keyboard, you know, so there's no point really. The point when you take a nap and you're late to the stream, you missed a good stream. Computers were room sized. Not in my era. No, not in my, that was a little bit before my era, but my era, they were I mean, we had like big fat computers, right? The big fat computers, the big DOS style ones, but it wasn't like room. That was like, I think like the 60s and stuff like that. Like that was like 50s or 60s that was like that. That's not my era. My era is more like the 70s and 80s early. All right, take it easy, Ganthet. Appreciate it. I use my PS3 browser for watching YouTube, and I have a flip phone. Also, my PC was using Windows XP in 09 in high school. Yeah, sounds about right. Says my football coach was the typing teacher in high school. Was brutal, or he was brutal. Yeah. Oh man. I used the web browser on my Dreamcast off and on, but it was more of a novelty. Yeah, the Dreamcast did have a web browser. That's old school. Yeah, I remember even trying to just set up Sega Net was just tough. But I remember it was so exciting to try to see if I can play like you know, certain games online on the Sega Net and all that. But it was 56K dial-up modem. You know, like you had to. Some of you, the youngins, you guys don't know about this, but back in the day, man, like the phone, like with dial-up, you couldn't be on the actual landline and the phone at the same time. You know, it was a different thing. It was a different type of thing. So it was interesting. It was interesting for sure. Interesting for sure. Did your gaming career start with Oregon Trail? I think my gaming career really started with like Pac-Man. Like that's the game. I think the two games that I really got obsessed with back in the day were Pac-Man and the Mario Bros. Those were the two games that really got me like crazy about gaming. Was Pac-Man, the arcades, and Mario Bros. The original Mario Bros. Those two games. Yeah. Mario Bros. Yeah, Mario Bros. And Pac-Man for sure. Mario Bros. And Pac-Man. Favorite 80s cartoons, theme songs. I to be honest, man, the 80s was a little bit of a blur, you know? But yeah, definitely, like, you know, like they had like the He-Man and all that type of stuff I used to watch back in the day, you know? So did you see John's video on possible Switch update with Bluetooth audio support? I didn't need to see the video for it. I didn't see that, but I already saw I see all the gaming news that comes out. Like I already see all that. So I don't to be honest, I watch all the videos, most of them whenever I can, but I don't need to watch a video to know stuff about like okay, updates with Bluetooth support, you know, like that stuff that it gets out there beforehand. Like I follow all like the people that put out that information. So yeah, I didn't see that video just yet, but I did know about like there could be Bluetooth support coming. So yeah. But to be honest, I don't care. But yeah, I did know about that. So yeah. Hey Regan, thank you so much for the huge raid. Thank you so much. Shout outs to Regan. Thank you for the raid. Appreciate that. That's my man Roger's base, significant other. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the raid at 51. Welcome. We're kind of towards the end for those that just came through. We're kind of just we're taking random questions. So if you have questions about gaming or anything that's in the title, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions and do my best. Thank you for the follows too. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid and thank you for the follows. I appreciate it. I am so hyped for Tuesday. What's happening Tuesday, Blaze? Do you remember the badass bag cell phones? My dad came home one day and went on about how amazing they are. The badass bag cell phones? No, I don't know what are you talking about? Are you playing Pac-Man 99? What do you think of it? Yeah, I already made a video on Pac-Man 99 and what I think about it. And I'm not really playing it. No, I'm not a big like, you know, battle royale person, but I do think that it's pretty cool. It's probably my favorite out of like all the Nintendo, Mario 35, Tetris 99. It's probably my favorite one out of all of them because you know, Pac-Man is what I kind of grew up with back in the day. So I think I do like them more than any of the other ones. Although Mario 35, I was actually really good at Mario 35. Whenever I played it, I'd always get like top 5, top 10, whatever the case. I won multiple times, you know, Mario 35. But it's just something that it was just boring though because I kept on doing like the same thing. Pac-Man 99 is faster. So since Pac-Man 99 is faster, I like that one probably the most, you know. Probably like that one the most out of anything. Come on, OJ, David, and the Gnome, Fraggle Rock, Gem and the Holograms, TMNT, Transformers. I also really remember how awesome the Galaga and the arcades in the 80s. I'll get the cab one day. Yeah, those were all cool. TMNT is probably the biggest one out of all that. You know, TMNT is probably the biggest one out of all those. But yeah, there was all sorts of cool shows, you know. But to be honest, I do like the 90s shows better. Like, I like the 90s shows way more. I was older by then, but I still love the 90s. I think the 90s shows are a lot better than the 80s shows. Like, it's just my opinion. Like, if you take, like, Dexter's Lab, you take, like, you know, like, Hey Arnold, you take, like, you know, Rugrats. I think all those shows kind of cook the 80s shows in my, like, the 80s kid shows. I don't think it's even close. I don't think it's even close. But no, 80s is there. It's the TMNT. I'll give the 80s TMNT. I'll give it that. But I think the 90s kind of bodies the 80s in cartoon shows for kids. Yeah, Johnny Bravo. Yeah, Power Rangers. Yeah, like 90s. I think kind of cooks most eras when it comes to TV shows. You are wrong. Oh, am I? Okay, let me add, outside of TMNT, name one show better than Old School Dexter's Lab. Name a show better than Old School Dexter's Lab. Name an 80s show outside of TMNT, 80s kids show better than Dexter's. Voltron ain't better than Dexter's Lab. Y'all bugging. That corny show ain't better than that corny show ain't better than Dexter's Lab. Y'all bugging. Y'all talk about anime. Anime don't count. Anime don't count. We're not talking about 80s anime. Robotech, those ain't better than y'all bugging. We're not talking about anime. We're talking about kids shows. Anime is different. It's a whole different thing. We're not talking about 80s anime and all that, because then then Dragon Ball. Okay, then Dragon Ball, that was 80s, right? Even like Dragon Ball Z, technically, right? Dragon Ball Z, or was that like early 90s for Dragon Ball Z? But either way, we're not talking about anime. We're talking about like kids shows. Looney Tunes was like the 30s. Looney Tunes was like the 40s or 30s. We just watched all the reruns of all the old Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes was in the 80s. That was super older. Dexter's Lab ain't 80s. I know it's not 80s. I know it's 90s, and I'm saying that name an 80s show better than Dexter's Lab, which was 90s. What are you talking about? TMNT started in the 80s. It's not a 90s show. It started in the 80s. Yes, it ran through the 90s, but we're talking about shows that were birthed in that. I mean, that's like saying, okay, well, Dexter's Lab ran to the 2000s too, but it's still a 90s show because it started in the 90s. I watched Beetleborgs. I think that show's kind of trash. Inspector Gadget 80s or 90s. I think Inspector Gadget is 80s. That show's corny as hell though. But I do like Inspector Gadget though. Let me check. G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Thundercats. All those shows were corny. Every one of those shows were corny back in the day. Inspector Gadget, yeah, 83, yeah. Inspector Gadget is super 80s. Super 80s. 83 for Inspector Gadget? That's a Canadian show, is it not? I think that's a Canadian, yeah, 83 TV series, Inspector Gadget. Yeah, 1983, and it went till 1986. I'm surprised it didn't last longer than that. That's a damn good show. It's a really good show. Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget, go! You guys remember that theme song? Go Gadget, go! That show was banging. I love that show. Zelda and Mario cartoons. The Mario Bros show was good, but the Zelda show was trash. Shinru with the $3 says Tom and Jerry goated, is goated. Fight me, OJ. Tom and Jerry, that's not 80s. Tom and Jerry, that's not 80s. Tom and Jerry original. Yeah, Tom and Jerry, that's like what, 40s? Yeah, that's the 40s, man. Tom and Jerry's. You guys are naming, some of you guys are naming shows that aren't even in that era. Like you're saying, oh, Looney Tunes, Tom and Jerry. Y'all know those shows are super old, right? Like the original ones, they would just play reruns over and over and over and over and over. Look, we all watch those shows too, but just because you grew up in the 80s or you grew up in the 90s and that's when you saw it, that does not mean that's when the show was. That doesn't mean it's from that era, okay? So if you watch him Bugs Bunny, what's up, Doc? And he's doing all this stuff with Daffy Duck and you were born in the 90s, that doesn't mean it's a 90s show. That doesn't mean it's a 90s show. It just means that you were born in that era and you were watching it. Yeah, like a lot of these places, they played reruns, guys. Like they played shows like for example, Inspector Gadget obviously wasn't extremely popular. If it was as popular as it was when it released, it wouldn't only have from 1983 to 1986. It would have went from like 83 to like 93. I mean, the original run of Animaniacs went longer. So like usually if a cartoon show is extremely popular, it would have went longer. But apparently Inspector Gadget was not extremely popular in that time. But here's what I do remember. I don't remember watching Inspector Gadget in the 80s. I remember watching Inspector Gadget in the 90s. Years after it was done with its original run. It went from 83 to 86. So I don't remember that. Maybe because it was Canadian and they didn't get it over here. But I remember watching Inspector Gadget in the 90s, not the 80s. And I thought it was a 90s show. I remember thinking for sure it was probably a 90s show. But that's why I had to look it up. But no, it's an 80s show. You know? Yeah, Nickelodeon took it. And Nickelodeon's a huge place. So that's when people started watching it. Because it got extremely popular on Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon is what blew up the popularity of Inspector Gadget. Because all the movies and all that stuff happened after the Nickelodeon run. It wasn't like the 80s was teaming with Inspector Gadget movies and different. It was after the run of Nickelodeon with like them replaying the old episodes from the 80s. You know, so a lot of kids that grew up in that era, you know, thought that Inspector Gadget was a show from their time, but it wasn't. You know, Gumby's trash. I used to watch that show and I hated it. That show's kind of hot garbage. I mean, like it was popular from what I understand. I know people talked about it, but that show, I think that show's hot garbage. Cow and Chicken, that show's okay. Animaniacs is a goated type of show. Animaniacs is very, very, very good. And that's why they brought it back. Animaniacs is a phenomenal show. Very, 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 very good. I can't say enough good things about Animaniacs. It's very good. Adults can, the best cartoons in my opinion, adults can watch it. Like, it can go from any range. Like, an adult can watch Animaniacs and think that show is amazing. I know this because my brother that was older than me at the time, he loved Animaniacs. I remember him liking Animaniacs. I think he did. But anyway, there was people that were older that thought Animaniacs was really, really, really good. And even if you look at like the new Animaniacs, they brought it back, right? That show was loved by so many different types of people, like old people, young people. Like, Animaniacs is very good. The humor is fantastic. Nintendo Power with the $5. Does everyone remember CN? Nickelodeon for the 90s, but Disney had the big hitters the decade too. Chip and Dale, Aladdin, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales. Yes, those are all very good shows. Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, very good video game on the NES. If you guys haven't played Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, play the NES game. Play the NES game. It is really good. That's actually one of my favorite games, and I think that's also one of the games that got me into gaming a lot was Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers on the NES. That game is legitimately hype as hell. I love that game. Me and my brother played Chip and Dale all the time back in the day. Let's see here. Shoutouts to Nintendo Power. Shoutouts to Dre with the $15 Toby Buster. Let's go. Demi Crow, thank you for the upgrade as well. I appreciate that. Thank you for the Jonan tier. Yo, guys, we had 376 Elite Ninja. We have not budged. We need some new Elite Ninja. Elite Ninja up for $1. Get in on those emotes. That Discord, play games against me. You're going to want to do it. Let's get some new Elite Ninja, man. Let's see if we can get 4 new Elite Ninja so we can get to 380. And I'll tell you guys, I can just tell you guys the brand new story of OJ's Bizarre Adventure Time. Whatever, I can do it. We can do it today. Thank you for the 15. Dre says, today's a great day. Play the Mortal Kombat theme. I don't care if it's copyright. I can't play the Mortal Kombat theme. I can see if I can play a modified version of the Mortal Kombat theme, though. Let's see here. Bevan Mario with the $3.01 says, OJ, let's agree that kids, these generations, have the most corny shows. Yes. Kids in today's day have the most corny shows because they have to be 100% politically correct, and they have to be careful what they can say and what they can do. But yes, today's kids shows are probably the corniest shows because you have to actually it be like for kids, you know. Freakazoid is fantastic. King Joker, amazing show. I don't know why there was not a Freakazoid movie starring Jim Carrey. I don't know why they never made a Freakazoid movie with Jim Carrey. That would have been God tier. We would have actually gotten video games. That is the biggest mistake of the 90s, was not making a Freakazoid movie with Jim Carrey at his prime. I don't know why they didn't do that. Why did they not make a Freakazoid movie with Jim Carrey? That would have been so good. That would have blown the franchise up, man. We would have got more Freakazoid toys. We would have got video games. We would have got, it would have been great. Freakazoid would actually be a thing in today's day. And Freakazoid probably would have been part of the Animaniacs, the new Animaniacs, if it was more popular. But they just took the most popular thing, and the most popular thing from the Animaniacs was Pinky and the Brain. So they just said, hey, let's just take the Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain and go forward with that, and everything else got left behind. The good fellas, the good pigeons, whatever, the girl that sings, all the other stuff that they did, Freakazoid, that all got left behind because the most popular thing was Pinky and the Brain. So they really should have taken Freakazoid and Pinky and the Brain, but that's why Freakazoid should have got a movie with Jim Carrey. Let's see. Now there are good shows today. Y'all just not watching them. Okay, what are the good cartoons of today? What are the good ones? Let's name some of them. What are the really good ones of today? Tiny Toons is goated. Tiny Toons is a goated show. Tiny Toons is very good. 100% agree on that. Yeah, I don't think there are any really good cartoons left right now. Like, what are the, I mean, it's not that they're not good. Like, for example, like you have like the what's that Stevens? I forgot what that people like. People like that that show with the fat kid with the white kid with the fro, little kid like kind of fat, and he like travels like with his like mom or with his like family. I forgot what it's called. Stevens or I forgot what it's called. Steven Universe. There we go. Steven Universe. There are some good shows. Adventure Time, Gumball. Those are good. Those are good. Keep going. Are those, but those have been around for a while now. We're talking like the newest cartoons, right? Young Justice, Infinity Train, Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb is getting older now, is it not? Gravity Falls is done. Coco Melon is epic, bro. That's a troll. That's a troll right there. This man said Coco Melon. This man out here talking about Coco Melon. All right, let's get some Mortal Kombat theme remix. Let's get a remix. Let's see how this sounds. Dubstep remix. The thing about a lot of the shows we mentioned are older shows now. They've been around for years. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're talking about like today's shows. This man said My Hero. That's anime. We're not talking about anime, guys. Nobody said today's anime isn't good. Today's anime is fantastic. Demon Slayer, My Hero. These are great, you know? Like,
hey, you.
Shinru with the dollar. It says it's not the 80s, but early seasons of SpongeBob were hilarious. The new seasons are meh. Yeah, SpongeBob is an old school show. That show's like freaking 20 years old at this point. That's now an old school. SpongeBob is now considered, I guess, somewhat an old school show. Cause that was SpongeBob is 2000, isn't it? SpongeBob. There are so many good today's shows. Are there? I don't think the shows of today match what we got before in the past. Psycho Pie. Let me ask you a question. You were super hyped for, what were you super hyped for, Psycho Pie? What show got you super hyped, like you got hyped for Animaniacs? Infinity Train, Primal, Craig of the Creek? I gotta watch these shows. Those don't sound good, but I gotta watch them. What show got you more hyped than Animaniacs coming back? Like, let's just be real here. Animaniacs is probably better than all these shows that we're naming here, right? Like, even like they brought back Animaniacs, and it's probably better than most of these shows that we're naming, right? That you got these new shows that you guys are naming. Is Animaniacs not better? You got so hyped for Animaniacs coming back, and that is a show that had a run from 93 to like 2000 or whatever. So it's a 90s show, and you were beyond ecstatic, more than I've ever seen you for any of today's cartoon shows, Psycho Pie. You're an animator, you know what you're doing. You like cartoons, obviously. But come on, man. You got more hype for Animaniacs than anything else. And that's a 90s show. If it's not the original, don't play it. Don't play any song you want. Okay. Well, it's not the original, but it's still that. Okay. I can't play the actual theme song because that's from a movie studio, and I might get cooked. I might get cooked on that one, so I don't want to take any chances like with like movie licenses and things like that. If you want me to be honest, Dre. SpongeBob first episode 1999, exactly 1999. So we're going on 20 plus years now for SpongeBob. Code Lyoko or Teen Titans. I have heard of Teen Titans. I think Teen Titans is a good show. I'm not big on Code Lyoko, but I think Teen Titans and Teen Titans Go are both good shows. Obviously, Teen Titans, people like that more than Teen Titans Go, but I think that Teen Titans Go is just funny to watch if you have a child, like a small child, you know? I think Teen Titans Go is funny. Like, it's funny enough to where I can watch it and just be like, okay, that I can like chuckle at some of the jokes and stuff that they make in that show, because it's kind of stupid. Let's see. I'm just saying that there are so many good shows today. I don't know, man. Y'all named a few. I didn't see so many. I saw a handful. I saw a handful of good shows. I didn't see so many. I saw a handful. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, you're just saying K for everything, Dre. Yo, thank you for the 15 though, Dre. I appreciate that, homie. I appreciate it. Hold up. I think my sister's texting me. Let me check. okay. It's my brother-in-law's birthday today, so I'm gonna go to his birthday party today. So I'm just asking what time. Shout outs to his sister. Shout outs to Sister Essence. Like anyone name really good shows from like 2015 and beyond? Okay. Well, Psycho Pie. What are the good shows from 2015 and beyond? Like the good cartoons. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? That's an 80s show. Started in the 80s. We're not talking about franchises that were resurrected from like a different time period. You can't count that. That franchise still starts from like the 80s. 2000s came close. Maybe, yeah. Not a kid's cartoon, but Invincible. I've heard that Invincible's pretty good, but yeah, that's not a kid's cartoon. 2015 and beyond. I don't know any good cartoons from 2015 and beyond. Like, I don't know any of them from 2015 and beyond. Like Gumball, is that 20? I can. What's Gumball? I think Gumball's like what? When's The Adventures of Gumball? That is, when did that start? Oh no, that's 2011. Yeah, Gumball's 2011, so that doesn't count either. Oh, it's a British show. Okay. Gumball's good, but there's something just off about Gumball. I don't really know, but I do think Gumball's good. I mean, listen, guys. What's the show that we're talking about here? We just gotta what we gotta do, man, is that we just gotta admit that the best shows of today's day are from, I mean, man, y'all don't, 2015 don't even got freaking Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol was 2013. No, man, today's show, y'all don't even got Paw Patrol for the new shows, man. I guess you can give it. You guys want Paw Patrol? Psycho Pie, you want Paw Patrol? Well, I'll give you Paw Patrol. Shout out to Dominic Montgomery. Welcome back to the Tune In Tier squad. Rinnegan Ninja, let's go. Thank you for the Tune In Tier. I think you were probably, Joan In Tier. 377, guys. 377. Let's get to 380. Let's go. Exclamation mark elite ninja up. Let's get it. Thank you for the support, man. I appreciate that. You know the deal. Check out the Discord link. It's in there in your perk package, and it is fixed. It is fixed. Thank you for the Elite Ninja pledge. I think you'd like Invincible. That show's great. Yeah, I'll watch it at some point. It looks good. Like, it caught my attention. I watched the trailer for it. It caught my attention for sure. I think I'll watch it. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just busy with so much other stuff and watching all sorts of things, you know. We'll talk. I don't even know what cartoons are new. Since I graduated college. Yeah. Wait, we talk about preschool shows and kids shows anymore? We can watch. Yeah, Paw Patrol's a little bit different, right? It's obviously because like the shows, like the preschoolers shows and stuff back in the day, you know, those were not necessarily Grunt Chicken and Dexter's Lab or like Gumball or like, you know, the regular show. It's not like that. It's clearly a show aimed at like 2-year-olds or like 3-year-olds, you know, or 4-year-olds or whatever the case is. But like that's like Paw Patrol is like, it's like Blue's Clues or something like that, right? It's like modern age Blue's Clues or something along the lines of that. Blue's Clues was amazing. Blue's Clues was good, but I mean, I was kind of older when Blue's Clues started, so I didn't necessarily like Blue's Clues. But I can see why people liked it, though. But I disliked it. Look at my thesis is that today's cartoons are as good as 90s cartoons. I don't think so. The Tomorrow People. Okay. Nothing's touching Beavis and Butthead. Beavis and Butthead is just like, the show's too moronic for my taste. I don't think it's a bad show. I think it can be funny at times, but I think that the show's just too stupid for my taste. You know what I think is even better than Beavis and Butthead? The spin-off from Beavis and Butthead, Daria. I think Daria is a lot better show. They took some of the stupidness that you would see in Beavis and Butthead, right? that's where the character Daria comes from, is from Beavis and Butthead, for those who don't know. They took that and they made it to where it was way more cohesive than Beavis and Butthead ever was. Like I said, not Beavis and Butthead isn't a bad show. I think it's a good show. But I think Daria is just a lot better because they took some of like the moronic stuff that would happen. Like, for example, like Kevin, the football player, he was an idiot like Beavis and Butthead, right? He was a complete moron. And they made it better for that. They made it more, in my opinion, better comedy than Beavis and Butthead. Like, and another problem is that at the time I didn't like the music that they were playing on there, so I wasn't as big of a fan of it. I don't think the music's bad. I think the music's good, but I think like Daria's music, for some reason, I guess it was somewhat similar, but I just like the music that was on Daria more. I don't know why. Maybe because I like the show more. I'm not sure. Scooby-Doo's super old. Unless you're talking about like a pup named Scooby-Doo, that's newer. That show's good too, though. The thing about Total Drama is that it's kind of funny. All the characters based on teen stereotypes, like the party guy, party man, the juvenile delinquent or goth. Okay. So yeah. Yo, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. Star Wars Rebels was pretty good. Oh, my sister's calling. Give me a second real quick, guys. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that, guys. We're trying to put together the birthday for my brother-in-law, and yeah, I have to go pick up some stuff later. So yeah, sorry about that, but we still got some time to stream. That's not till a little bit later, so feel free to ask me more questions, topics, whatever you guys want to talk about. I'm more than happy to talk about that type of stuff with you guys. All right. All right. Star versus the Forces of Evil, Infinity Train, Cosmic, Hilda. We Bears, Mau are pretty good shows in my opinion. Did you just say Bear? I gotta look up what that show is. All right, let me take a look. Bears. I don't know about this one, man. I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one, bro. Let me see if I can find like a clip. Bear. funny clip. Let me see if I can get a bit of like the humor in the show. Let me see. All right, hold up. Let me see about this.
Ice Bear for president. Ice Bear enjoys basking. Ice Bear been sleeping for 15 minutes. Ice Bear wants justice. Ice Bear needs latte. Ice Bear has a conspiracy theory. Ice Bear bought these legally. Ice Bear has too many secrets.
Up top.
Ice Bear has never seen a smaller human. Ice Bear believed in you. Ice Bear smells like clean babies. Ice Bear settled that out of court. Ice Bear feels shame. Ice Bear requires booster seat. Ice Bear made her a pashmina. Ice Bear would have been less charming. Ice Bear putting finishing touches on your turtleneck. Ice Bear needs more bug spray. Ice Bear will miss yoga today. Ice Bear wants his money back. Ice Bear will shush. Unshushable. Ice Bear believes. Ice Bear has ninja stars.
Pick and roll. Pick and roll. Aw, why must people hate?
It wasn't that bad.
Ice Bear will hunt them down.
Perfect.
Come on, Grizz, we've had enough. You're being kind of a dingo.
Aw, I didn't know you cared so much.
Don't ditch Ice Bear.
Fair enough. Wait a sec. Did we forget something?
The backpack.
The backpack. My wallet.
Ice Bear ninja stars. Tweet, 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 squat, squeak, squeak, tweet, squat, tweet, 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 chirp, 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 squat, squat.
Whoa. Hey, look at that. Idea. Excuse me.
Careful, it's art.
Tweet, 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 squat, squeak, squeak, tweet, squat. Meow. Tweet, squawkity, squawk, squawk.
Okay. Do any of you birds know which guy here took our stuff? Whoa. Hey there, little guy.
T-shirt. What?
Ice Bear will share his secrets. About other bears mostly.
Thank you.
Hey, do you think the nut shack is still giving samples?
Ice Bear going to fill stomach like pinata.
And the door's locked. Quick, give me a coat hanger and some gum. I know a way to... That works too.
I'm gonna starve.
Ice Bear comes prepared.
Ooh.
Nope, that's cheating. Away! No more processed snacks for us, gang. We'll be living off the land, just like Mother Nature intended.
Ice Bear will never share again, due to gravity.
All right, I mean, it's decent. It's decent. It's not. It's safe humor, you know. For today's day, they're doing what they can. I'll say that. They're doing what they can for today's day. They're doing what they can. It's all right. It's safe humor, but unfortunately, today's shows can't compete with Dexter's Lab. You know what I'm saying? They can't compete with Dexter's Lab. They can't compete with that type. They just can't. You know? It's unfortunate. But it's not bad. I don't think it's horrible. Like the writing's obviously good, the animation's obviously good. Like the quality of everything is good. The voice acting's very good. Like it's very high quality show, right? Like to make this is impressive, right? This is something that you can't just do. It's a show that definitely takes a lot. There's a lot of people that are working hard on this show. The writing seems good. The scripting, like the events of what these bears go through. So I can give it props for everything else, like all the setup. Unfortunately, they can't do more than what they can probably do here based off of the humor that I'm seeing here. But I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. You know? But I think that if you grew up in today's era, like, and if you think like the only show, like even if you look at like Animaniacs, right? Like Animaniacs, I think does a better job of realizing that they can't do the jokes that they did before, but they can still do some really funny stuff. So for example, like let me show you guys like the modern Animaniacs. So like, let me tell you guys like, because like I've been watching cartoons for a long time, right? So let me tell you like Animaniacs, like the difference between like what they can do there and what they can do in like different types of shows is interesting. A solid show, especially for kids, is Ember's favorite for a while. So like So like if you guys ever watch like that like the theme song for Animaniacs, like the new one, you can kind of see the tone of what they're going for, and they're cognizant of what they can and can't do, but they also make fun of what's been going on in the modern era, right? So like check this out for those who haven't seen it. Encyclopie, I think you can kind of know what I'm about to do, right? Or know what I'm like if you've seen this show Animaniacs, right? So let's take a look. So like you see this show. There we go. Dot has wit. So Dot is cute. I'm not sure if they changed that or not. They're making fun of the type of stuff that happens in like the politically correct type of stuff, like, and then also like with the bathrooms too, right? So they're like, hey, we're gonna push it a little bit, but we're not gonna go too far. Look at what they did there too. It was a small little change. There's baloney in our slacks. So he pulled, like, there's a big difference between baloney in your slacks in the front and baloney in the slacks in the back. They changed it on purpose. The original, he opens it to where it's the front and the baloney goes inside there. This time, you gotta pull from behind and the baloney's on your butt. Because you know what people are gonna say if the baloney's in the front. You know what I'm saying? So they cautiously changed it to where the balonies are in the back. Because in the original, dude just gets his pants pulled up straight up like that, and the baloney goes straight in. So it's like the little things that they change in order to make it somewhat accept, like, for today's time, you know? People don't notice these type of things, but as you know, I noticed everything with this show. Like every single little thing that they changed. They make fun of it a little bit, but they also do certain type of things, you know, like to make it. So it's like completely aware of today's time and stuff like that. But the show, like the new show, it can't be as funny as the old show. The new Animaniacs is funny as hell, but it's not as funny as the original show. Because they can't make all the jokes and they can't do all the things that they originally did. It's still extremely funny and it's extremely good, but all the new shows today are handicapped. All the new cartoons today are completely handicapped in what they can and can't say in today's climate and culture. So that's why it's almost impossible for new shows to be as good as old shows, you know? So yeah, Ren and Stimpy is impossible to do. You can't do Ren and Stimpy. Like for kids, you can't. You know, they even tried to make an adult Ren and Stimpy. That didn't even work, you know? To me, putting the meat in the back is innuendo. It's still innuendo, but in the front, it's a lot worse. It's way worse putting the baloney in the front than it is than putting the baloney in the back. It's way worse. Way worse, way worse. I don't agree that it's impossible. For a kid's show, it's impossible. 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 For a kid's show, Ren and Stimpy was looked at as a kid's show. The original Ren and Stimpy, it was they said, "Oh, this is for they put it in front of kids." It's impossible to get a show that's like Ren and Stimpy put in front of kids that will get greenlit for kids today. Impossible. Good luck. Who's done it? That's what I want to know. Name a show like Ren and Stimpy that's put in front of kids and marketed towards kids like Ren and Stimpy was in the early 90s. Impossible. No place will take it. No place will take that for kids. Now, can a show like Ren and Stimpy exist for everybody? Yeah. For adults or for teens? Yeah. But for kids? No. Absolutely not. What's worse about the sausages, the other meat? What's worse about the sausage, the other meat? Well, it's in the front. That's the problem. It's a shame that the OG creator wasn't on the new. Hold up, on the new though. Tom Rudiger didn't even know that they were rebooting it until he saw the first trailer online. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. So yeah, it was Dot is cute. Exactly. It was Dot is cute, and they also changed Dot is cute. They changed that to Dot has wit. You know, so it's like even like little things like that they changed. It's like, oh, you're trying to make it seem sexualize this potential little girl, or I don't know how old they are. I don't think they have an age, to be honest. I'm not sure what age they are, but they even went as far as to do stuff like that, like changed. Yeah, I could have swore it was Dot is cute, but they changed it to Dot has wit, you know? So yeah. Yakko likes the meat from the back. That's just you making up your own innuendo, though. That's weird. Yakko's not even portraying that at all. There's no. No, I never thought about that when he throws balonies in the. I didn't think about that. Yes, that's you. I remember they had to put a content warning on Nick before they aired it. For what? Ren and Stimpy? I don't remember any content warnings. Remember regular show had a lot of innuendo? Yeah, but it wasn't like Ren and Stimpy. It was because they wanted to make Dot not the cute one, to make her a stronger, independent girl or something like that. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, but that goes in today's time. You know what I'm saying? Like, she already was a strong, independent girl. Like, that's, if you watch the original, she already was, you know, she already is that. So, but none of them are actually, I mean, like, they're all together. They all love each other. That's the thing. They're all, you know, they're all a unit. They're all good, you know, good friends. So it's like, they don't all operate. I mean, they all individuals at the end of the day. They all have their own personalities, but they're all together. They're all in it together, you know? So yeah. Ren and Stimpy would get taken off the air in less than a minute nowadays. Yeah, guys, they're removing SpongeBob episodes. If they're removing SpongeBob episodes from syndication and from airing, you guys really think Ren and Stimpy would be just fine if they're removing SpongeBob episodes? Come on now. Don't be ridiculous. One fairly recent show that I absolutely hated as a kid was, since it was so damn stupid and disgusting, was Sanjay and Craig. It was like a stomach churning at times. Sanjay and Craig? Never heard of that. Sanjay and Craig. Oh, yeah, this show. Yeah, I remember this show. Yeah, it was kind of like they did I remember I watched the show from Sanjay and Craig where like there was like a fart in the wind and it like blew throughout like the whole episode was just about a fart in the wind and it like blew inside somebody's face or something like that and like choked her. Like it was this show's stupid as hell. Yeah, this show's really dumb. I did watch this. And I was like, this show is trash. Yeah. What's up? The episodes of SpongeBob, it's like the panty raid episode. And I forgot. I know that one for sure. That one, and I forgot some of the other ones, but I know that one, the panty raid episode. That was the one that they're definitely taking off the syndication. Yeah, I agree with that too, the statement. But I heard that from one of the new writers, the new show. Okay. The DCAU was the height of the superhero shows. Those shows were the hype. Some of them were the original teen cartoons, had canon to it. The Panty Raid episode was super funny. It was super funny, but they're taking it off. Yeah, Sanjay and Craig, that show sucks, dude. Our Real Monsters would work in today's TV audience. Our Real Monsters would work, but that's not anywhere near as bad as Our Real Monsters is just a straight up cartoon show for, you know, for kids and teens. Like, it's not, there might be a little bit of innuendo in All Real Monsters, but nothing, it's not anything too bad in All Real Monsters. But that's actually one of my favorite shows of all time. So I love All Real Monsters. I liked I think his name was Ickis, the red guy that can turn really big. I thought he was like cool. I just like this design in it. I like All Real Monsters. I think it's a fantastic show. Like it was like Crumb, Oblina, and Ickis, or the guy that I like the most. I can't remember his name exactly. Somebody was All Real I do love that show though. I think I've seen every episode of that show. Crumb was funny. Yeah, he stunk. He carried his eyes in his hands. I thought that was funny. Okay, was it? Yeah, you're right. Ickis? Okay. 2000 Teen Titans need a reboot with modern resolution. That show is that this was so fire. Yeah, it was pretty good. I think Teen Titans is pretty good. I think it followed in the footsteps of like the Batman, the animated show from like the 90s. It kind of followed in that footsteps, but just the Teen Titans, you know? Because that show's really good. The animated series Batman, it was like serious, man. That show was like hardcore kind of for back in the day. That was a good show. Yo, some dude, what's good, man? Thank you for the Elite Ninja pledge. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. With that Elite Ninja pledge. 378, guys. We are back. We are back. Almost at 380. Almost at 380. Let's go. The universe consisted of okay. All right, Armchair. I got you, man. How did Sanjay and Craig get green? I don't know how Sanjay and Craig got greenlighted. I have no idea how that show got greenlighted. I think there's one season, right? I think there's only one season of Sanjay and Craig. I'm not sure if there's more, but yeah, that show's trash. But I'm not trying to be mean to the guy who, you know what? That's kind of wrong to say that the show is trash. He probably spent a lot of hard time and effort on that show. But I just don't think it's very good, unfortunately. 2 to 3 seasons? I don't know how that show got 2 to 3 seasons. That's ridiculous. It got as many seasons as Inspector Gadget? That's horrible. 3 seasons for that show? Oh, goodness gracious. That's ridiculous. 3 seasons for that show? I guess people were actually watching it. If it got 3 seasons, people were watching it. Then people were watching. I guess people watched the first season, then stopped watching it after season 1. That must be what it was. Angry Beavers. I did watch Angry Beavers. That's a very good show. It's not as good as Hey Arnold and like some of the other shows that we've talked about today, but Angry Beavers, it's good. It's not really good. It's just no, hold up. Did I say really good? It's just good. It's just a good show, but it's not really good. It's just good. It's not bad. It's like it's better than okay. It's not really good. It's just good. It's just a good show. It's a solid show, but nothing crazy. Rugrats is, what do you mean was good? No, Rugrats is freaking phenomenal. Rugrats is GOAT conversation. What do you mean? What do you mean it's good? No, Rugrats is amazing. It's better than just good. Rugrats is legitimately GOAT conversation in children's TV shows. Jackie Chan anime? You mean the show, the Jackie Chan show? Cow Chicken was good too. Cow Chicken was good. I put it right with around Angry Beavers, maybe a little bit above Angry Beavers. Shinru with the dollar says, so no love for Jimmy Neutron. Jimmy Neutron's good. It was just a little bit after my time, but Jimmy Neutron's not bad. I see how it is. OJ, play the Jimmy Neutron theme. I can't play the Jimmy Neutron theme. I can't do that, but thank you for the support, Shinru. I appreciate it. Wild Thornberries and Rocket Power. Wild Thornberries is trash. Rocket Power is a little bit better, but I don't really like either one that much, to be honest. But I do think that Rocket Power is good. Wild Thornberries is trash though. Psycho Pie with the $5 Canadian. He says Cartoon Network is also bringing back the cartoon block. They want new show ideas and work with more of the smaller creators. If they want the cartoon block back, they need to bring back the cartoons. Then we need reboots of Johnny Bravo. Well, no, Johnny Bravo can't work in today's day. Well, it can work in today's day, but you've got to be a lot more careful with what you do. You need to bring back Dexter's Lab, bring back Hey Arnold, bring back all the shows if you want that to come back. Cow and Chicken was low-key a new Ren and Stimpy. It was low-key a new Ren and Stimpy. You're absolutely right about that. It was low-key a new Ren and Stimpy. Just it was obviously not as edgy, but yeah, it was kind of like Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, it was. Think Powerpuff Girls is too violent for today's day? No, it's fine. Powerpuff Girls would work. That's a good show too. Let's see here. My point posted back above, please, if you can. Okay, let me see, Vanessa. Let me see. Man, there's so many people the chat's popping off right now, and I might need a slow mode. The chat's kind of it's going so fast I can't get there. Okay, here we go. That's not to say that the shows back then didn't advance or break barriers. Controversial too. Batman the animated series had guns pointed and firing at Batman. That's true, it did. But I mean, you would expect that for like a Batman show, right? But yeah, I see what you're saying for sure. What do you guys think about Codename Kids Next Door? What do you guys think about that show? I thought it was pretty good. That's like an early 2000s show, right? Or like late 90s, early 2000s for Codename. I think it's late 90s or early 2000s, and then into the 2000s. I think that even though I was older when that show came out, I thought it was pretty good. Excuse me. Love Codenames Kid Next Door. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I thought it was really good for a newer end show at the time. If they bring back the shows from Cartoon Friday, that would bring up the questions. Will it even be good? Nowadays, most reboots suck. Look at Ben 10. Okay, but then look at Animaniacs. Look at Animaniacs. Animaniacs is a freaking good reboot. It's a damn good reboot, right? If they brought, okay, like, they could easily bring back Hey Arnold. All they got to do for Hey Arnold is make him in 5th grade. Hey Arnold isn't even edgy. There's barely any innuendo. There's a little. Hey Arnold works because it's timeless. They could easily. Wait a minute. We're talking. Sorry. What the hell am I talking about? That's Nickelodeon. Never mind. But anyway, they should bring back Hey Arnold. Now, yeah, the cartoon shows. Yeah, that might be tougher to bring back. My mind's on Hey Arnold for some reason, but that's not a cartoon. What am I talking about? Let's see here. Also, they need PPG reboots are garbage. Yeah, that's true. Psychopie, what you're saying is correct. But they could bring back like Codename Kids Next Door. They could bring that back. Boondocks that's an adult show. That's not for kids. Tiny Toons can come back. Yeah, Tiny Toons can come back. That's a great show, by the way. That's a goated level show. Nick made Hey Arnold a few years ago. I think it flopped. No, they did not reboot Hey Arnold. They made a movie. They made a movie with Hey Arnold. Hey Arnold never got a reboot. Hey Arnold never got a real reboot. I think they released like a new movie or something like that, but they didn't reboot the show. Ed and Eddie's a goated type of show too. It's moronic, and I don't like it as much, but I can't deny that Ed and Eddie is a goated type of show because it was on the air for it was like 14 seasons of Ed and Eddie. Yeah, the Jungle movie. Yeah, they didn't bring it back though. It wasn't rebooted. Movie, I meant. Yeah, the movie wasn't hated. It was okay. People want the because like I think Hey Arnold, it's still like the case is still open on Hey Arnold. Like it's not resolved. And like the problem with Hey Arnold is that Hey Arnold is so good, and it seemed like it ended too soon for how good the show was. It really seemed like it ended too good for how good the show was. Like because like it was still extremely popular by its last season, and they just ended it just because. I think that the voice actors got older. They didn't care as much anymore. I'm not really sure what happened with Hey Arnold, but it was ended at the time that Hey Arnold ended. It wasn't like, oh, people aren't watching Hey Arnold anymore. No, people were watching. They just ended it. I'm not sure why. Codename Kids Next Door, 2002. Is it 2002? Yeah. No. It says first episode 1998. Then I see Codename Kids Next Door TV series 2002. So I see 98 and I see 2002. So I'm going to click on the wiki and I'm going to see exactly where it says. It's so weird. So there might be some wrong information. It might be maybe when it originally got its first like pilot was like the 90s, and then it actually started in 2002. First episode was aired in July 20th, 2001. I'm seeing all sorts of dates for Codename Kids Next Door. I'm seeing all sorts of stuff for this. Yeah, I'm seeing all sorts of areas. So it must have had like some other stuff happen to it or whatever. They had what the cartoon show was, the pilot while I was on the show. Yeah, it must have been like the pilot was earlier, but like the actual syndication of it running was 2002, but the pilots aired a little bit earlier. Well, when you have a ton of good competition at the time, a period where most entertainment is good and easy to see publishers stopping and moving on. Yeah, I could see that. But I just wish that I just wish that they made like 5th grade. Like, I don't know why they never made 5th grade. They should have made 5th grade. This is imagine Johnny Bravo reboot and he's still the same person dating in the modern era. I think here's the reason why I think a Johnny Bravo reboot could work. A Johnny Bravo reboot could work because like you could add it, but then it can't work if you're going for kids, because Johnny Bravo was for kids. Like that was a show that they said, hey, this is for kids. So I don't know. It'd have to be a little bit older, but then again, it might still not, because you'd have to use like Tinder. You'd have to use like, yep, and like that's not a show for kids. Like when you start putting Tinder into stuff and all that, you can't make it for kids. So maybe a Johnny Bravo. I don't think a Johnny Bravo would work. I don't think it'd work. Yeah, it wouldn't work. No. Yeah, Johnny Bravo's an easy target for cancel culture, misogyny, things like that. So yeah, it wouldn't work in today's day. Nah, it wouldn't work. Shinru with the adult donations. Avatar: Last Airbender. Very few series have ever watched from start to end. Enjoyed every episode. I couldn't get into The Legend of Korra. What about everyone here? I do think that I never got into it myself, but I do think those are both good shows. Codename Kids was one of those pilots that won the fan vote in a competition of pilots and went on to become its own show. Okay, yeah. I can see why it won. It was freaking amazing. Yeah. So yeah, I can see why it won. It was really good. Korra's garbage. Yeah, I never really got into Avatar. I didn't get into Avatar or anything like that. I didn't watch Flapjacks, but Flapjacks or whatever it is, but I've heard about it. I heard it was an okay show. Are Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes still getting new series? Looney Tunes has a reboot that's not very good. Tom and Jerry had a movie, but series, no. But Looney Tunes has a Looney Tunes reboot series that was like, I think like 2010 or let me double check. There is a Looney Tunes reboot. I don't think it's that great. I mean, it has its moments. It has its moments for sure, but it's not as good as the original Looney Tunes and all that type of stuff. So let me see. Like the original run of, think about, we talk about shows. The original Looney Tunes run. Check this out, man. 1930 to 1969. 1930 to 1970. Now that's what you talk about a goated TV show. A 40-year run of the original Looney Tunes. Wow. Incredible. 40 years. Some of those shows were racist as hell though. But there were multiple shows. So all of them didn't last all that, but just the Looney Tunes in general. All of them. So yeah. So let me see this Looney Tunes. Okay, yeah, then you have like the new Looney Tunes 2011. So yeah, the new Looney Tunes, it started in 2011 and it ended in 2014. So yeah, not quite 40 years. Chase Williams with the $5 says, how about Kablam? Kablam is a goated in the weird category. So I put Kablam almost like Stickly and like what he hosted and some of the different type of shows. Like Kablam is interesting because it's a combination, it's a variety of shows within, and then you have the hosts, those two kids that were like in a comic book, right? And there was a bunch of shows that were just very weird. I think Kablam is very, very good though. For its time, today's kids would probably think Kablam is corny and bad, but I think for its time and like the era in terms of like how kids were acting and doing all that, I think Kablam's very good. I watched Kablam. I wasn't a kid, but I watched Kablam all the time, and I thought it was I had a lot of fun watching Kablam. I thought it was very good. But I don't think Kablam, like, I don't know if you guys would like Kablam. So those that are new, like, let me get like Psychopie. Have you watched Kablam? Like, I want to know like what the new kids think about. If you guys have seen Kablam, any of the like Chuba or Party Man, what do you guys think about Kablam if you've seen it? TH3, I don't know what you guys would think. I wouldn't count it against you guys if you guys thought Kablam was trash, What's Kablam? It's a combination of weird shows hosted by two kids that are in a comic book. That's what Kablam is about. So it's a combination of different shows, little shorts, hosted by kids in a comic book. That's what Kablam is. And it was like a Friday night type of, event. Never heard of Kablam? Never watched it? Okay, Psychopie. I would love, when you get time, please watch Kablam and tell me what you think about Kablam. Watch like 2 or 3 episodes of Kablam and tell me what you think. So I think I watched it. Yeah, it's way before, it's before you guys' time because that's 90s. You guys were born in like the late 90s or 2000s. There's no way you guys would be able to know like Kablam. Here, let me see if I can find it, and then maybe you guys can. So yeah, it looks really bad. Like when you watch Kablam, I mean, it looks horrible. Just me going to it, I'm like, you guys are gonna think this show's trash. Yeah, we'll just play it. See what you guys think. This is a newer episode of it, but whatever. At least you've heard of the show, yeah.
Assume the crash position.
90s.
Hold on tight. Take a deep breath for a new kind of cartoon show.
Yeah, it looks garbage. It's called Kablam. It's like you're kablamming everything. Look. So there was a comic.
Where cartoons and comics collide. Now to take you inside and turn the pages, here are your hosts, Henry and June.
This show looks like hot trash.
Hi, I'm Henry. And I'm June. And this is Kablam!
Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I did. I don't know why I did.
It may seem
But I
like
liked
just
it.
another comic book, but there's a crucial Kablam difference. Right, June? That's right, Henry. You, the viewer, don't have to worry about painful paper cuts or agonizing staple wounds.
It's like a living comic book.
And best of all, we turn the pages for you. So you can sit back and enjoy the kablamiest cartoons.
This was the Friday Go. Yeah, you remember it, Philip? You remember this?
And now, prepare your eyes, your ears, your bladder for Kablam!
Why'd she keep the screen like that?
It's two guys who'll steal your heart.
As a sort of charm. It does. It grows on
The
you.
world of sniz and fondue. Paper cut.
So this show, and it's just like little shows, right? Like that were kind of funny. They would have different scenarios. You know, that stuff would happen, like with, you know, with their like, and there was like different shows, like there would be different things that would happen, like in between, like little skits, you know, in between.
Spider. You know, the one that's right behind you with the fangs.
You know?
This is the always enjoyable.
All right, we're done here. THD with the $1 says, I never want to hear a whack take on Dexter for being the GOAT and Phineas and Ferb being trash ever again. When you get a chance, play Torna, clear my mind from the Kaduki. It's definitely today's kid. I mean, you guys would have not liked this at all. It's definitely a show of the like this is mid 90s for this show. So it's definitely a show of its time period. But yeah, I'm not putting it with GOAT tier or anything. I'm just saying that people watched it and people did like it. We didn't think it was bad, you know? We're in the intro and I'm already laughing. We're in the intro. Yeah, the intro's like, the intro is funny because it's like they would obviously, like, it's like they're trying to take like comic books, right? And take like, you know, different like comics that you would read and then also fuse that with cartoon shows. So it was an innovative idea for the time, almost like the game Comic Zone, right? So it was innovative for the time, and like if you watch the shows, like it kind of grows on you. Like the animation is different, so like they have different types of, like they even have like they actually use like actual like real life dolls to like play and like do different types of shows. Like the show is not amazing. I'm not trying to say it's better than like Phineas and Ferb and all that. It's not as good as Dexter's Lab and all. It's not as good as those shows. But I just thought that for the time period, for trying to do something new, try to innovate, it was good for its time. Yeah, right now kids, yeah, people think oh, this show sucks. But back then, I'm telling you that people thought it was okay. That's all I'm trying to say. Let me play some Torna. People did think that it was okay back then. They thought it was okay back then. You're not allowed to insult Phineas and Ferb ever again since you say that was good. I never said Phineas and Ferb was bad, though. I never said it was bad. I just made fun of it when you were trying to say, I was saying that was like better than like My Hero and stuff like that. You were trying to put it as if it was like the greatest thing ever and nobody's allowed to say anything else. I never said Phineas and Ferb was bad. I just made fun of his Doritos head. I made fun of his Doritos head. That's all I did. All I did is make fun of the dude has a Doritos head. The dude's head is shaped like a Doritos chip. And that is facts. That is facts. I never said that the show was horrible. Did I? Okay, yeah, I did say the show was horrible. No, but I was joking though. I wasn't serious. I wasn't serious. I never said the show was I told you guys that I didn't watch the show. I didn't watch it growing up. So I didn't say that it was the worst show ever. I was messing with you guys. Let's see here. Recess was God tier. Not gonna lie, Recess is God tier. Brought Phineas and Ferb arc. Phineas and Ferb is crap for the kids' standards. That's a fact. Oh, dude, don't say that here, Luis. Oh, you got your. Don't delete his messages. TH3, don't be deleting his messages because you don't like what he says. No, there's no rule about no slander with that. You can slander. Y'all been slandering shows that I like all the time. Y'all slandered Dexter's Lab. Y'all, stop it. You, Luis. Hey, look. Anybody here, become an elite ninja so you get ban immunity. So they can't time you out like that and all that. So guys, if you don't want to get timed out from these psychos in the chat, these Phineas and Ferb stands, become an elite ninja. Would kids today even have an attention span to pull themselves away from their tablet or phone? Well, that's how you have to get those shows on the tablet or phone. So yeah, you have to find a way to get them on there so they can watch it on there. But yeah, I mean, my daughter, she watches all sorts of stuff on her phone and tablet. So she does like she likes certain shows, but you just have to try. You have to get more creative in today's day. That's for sure. What they need to do is bring back Legend of the Hidden Temple, but for adults. Legend of the Hidden Temple for adults? How would that work? Crash Bandicoot cartoon when? They lost their opportunity to do a Crash Bandicoot cartoon. They should have done that in the 90s. They should have done that with they should have teamed up with the Tasmanian Devil or whatever. They should have teamed they lost their opportunity to do a Crash cartoon. Phineas only had 4. Why did it only have 4 seasons? Permadeath for Legend of the Hidden Temple reboot. They should bring back all those shows. Global Guts, Double Dare, Legend of the Hidden Temple. Global Guts was like, who watched Global Guts back in the day? I was like, I am going to be on Global Guts. I don't care what I do, but I'm going to be on Global Guts. Like, I used to think that was like the coolest show. Global Guts was awesome. Every season went for many years. What does that mean? Oh, each season had like 50 episodes. Okay, so it was essentially like way more seasons, but just not actually numbered the seasons. I wanted the aggro whatever Craig or whatever it was. Wanted to climb the mountain so bad. Me too, man. That and like what's that show where you used to go through a toy store and you can just put any toy that you want that you can collect in like 5 minutes. Like you can just rush through the store and like you can put whatever. It was like a bonus for those who, I forgot what that was though. Was it not Shop? It wasn't Shop Till You Drop. That was a different type of show. That was I forgot what that was, but there was times like where they would win like a thing where you rush through the toy store and put anything in that you want, you know? So yeah, Road Rovers was your show. So yeah, man, Samurai Jack. Yeah, Samurai Jack was good. Supermarket Sweep was my jam back in the day. Yeah, Supermarket Sweep. Was that what the show was called? Supermarket Sweep? I remember watching that. Did I watch that with my sisters? Supermarket Sweep. Hold up. Supermarket Sweep. How? Wait a minute. When was that show? Yeah, the early 90s. Yes. The early 90s. Supermarket Sweep. Yeah, I remember watching that back in the day. Early 90s. They brought it back, right? Yeah, they brought it back. Supermarket Sweep. They brought it back. So yeah, that's rebooted. What do you think about the reboot, Vanessa? There was a mall one, but I think the mall one is shop till you drop. The mall one is definitely shop till you drop. Yeah. The mall one is shop till you drop. Yes. This is the one that you're thinking about. You're thinking about this one, huh? Like, you're thinking about this one where they go, and it's basically like set up like a mall, and they all run to it's shop till you drop, right? This is definitely the show you're talking about. Yeah, it's like a game show, and then like you have to pick different, like they would be like, I don't. This is definitely Spawn Wave's dad. This is definitely Spawn Wave's dad, right? This is the freaking. This is definitely Spawn Wave right here. This is his dad, or this is definitely his dad back in the day. This is where he got it from. The genetics of the hammer. Oh my gosh, bro. Yo, these shows were crazy back then. Like, yeah, you would like get stuff, you know? But yeah, I remember this show. It was a good show. It was a good show. Were you into American? Yeah, I was into American Gladiators. Yeah. American Gladiators. I used to watch that all the time. Yeah, American Gladiators was dope. That show was great. Show was really good. The Peanut shorts were pretty good too. Love the jank animation. Oh, like Charlie Brown and all that? Yeah. Super Toy Run. Oh, is that the show that I'm talking about? Super Toy Run? Okay. Ninja Warrior, that's a newer show. American Gladiators was first. Says, dang, OJ, you old. Yeah, I'm old, dude. I'm old school, man. Spawn that. Oh, man. Yeah, I was old school, man. I am old, though. I remember all these shows. No more. I'm not gonna slander. Since I watched Kablam, I'm not gonna slander. Phineas, which I haven't slandered Phineas and Ferb in a long time, so it's not like I slander that show a lot anyway. So yeah. Probably The Rock is doing American Gladiators. I remember the Hulk Hogan did a reboot back in the late 2000s. Yeah. The Rock is doing American Gladiators, right? Yeah, there was a reboot with like Layla Ali and Hulk Racist Hogan. So yeah. Wonder if you know this show, King Arthur, the Knights of Justice, kind of corny. No, I don't know the show. No. Yo, Derek Clay. Thank you for the Elite Ninja pledge. Yo, guys, I've got to stop streaming in about maybe 8 minutes. 5 minutes. I gotta go pick up some stuff. It would be hype if we hit 380 Elite Ninja today. We need one more Elite Ninja. Derek Clay, thank you for the tune in tier pledge. Make sure you check the Discord, or make sure you check your perk package. The link is there for your perks. Get into the Discord. Welcome, my boy. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you. We need one more Elite Ninja for 380. Let's go, guys. We are 20 Elite Ninja away from the new emote. Let's get it. One more Elite Ninja. Let's go, baby. Thank you for the support, Derek. Shout outs, man. There's no shame in loving Kablam. There is no shame in loving Kablam. Prometheus and Bob was great. Sniz or whatever in Fondue was great. Like, the shows were good, but it's a product of its time, and people would think that it's trash in today's day. You know? Hey, Luis, they're just messing with you, man. You're good. They're just messing with you. Wacky races? Nah. Says, to be honest, so far, Kablam doesn't look that bad. Okay, so okay, Psychopie. So you watched Kablam. You scrolled through it some more during the stream. Okay, see? Look. We got a zoomer that's saying it doesn't look too bad. See, there you go. See, like, I'm not crazy for liking Kablam. I do think that the show was actually good for its time. Obviously, it's weird, you know, and the animation's wonky with the characters in the comic book, but, you know, it is what it is. Wait, hold up. Wacky races? That's like the thing, like with all those people from the different shows that would all race in like the yeah, I'm watching Wacky Races. Yeah, I watched that show. Yeah, I watched it. That's like that Yeah, Wacky Races. Yes, I watched Wacky Races. Yes. The dog that goes... right? Like that dog that does... Yeah. I did watch that show. That show's trash, but I watched it. It's kind of trash, but I watched it. Kablam was Robot Chicken. Before Robot Chicken was ever a concept. You know what, John Doe? I think that you're somewhat right about that. Kablam was kind of Robot Chicken before Robot Chicken. Yeah. It's not as good as Robot Chicken because they can't be as funny as Robot Chicken because Robot Chicken's for adults. But Kablam was definitely kind of like that. It was kind of Robot Chicken before Robot Chicken. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Bro, Unbeatable Bazooki? The Japanese game show with random challenges back in the G4 era. Lit. Yeah, I've seen that show. It's funny. Space Coast, that show was cool for its time. It's kind of corny though, old school. Hey, Hannah, yeah, the Hannah Barbara, yeah, exactly. It's old school. Yo, we need more cartoon streams like this. Yeah, whenever we gotta diversify the content. We gotta diversify the content. But we've gotta think of some themes for it though. We've gotta think of like, okay, well, what are we gonna be talking about? Like, because usually like, it's like to talk about cartoons, like it's just better just to do like random stuff. But like if I theme it, will you guys still watch if I theme a whole stream on like certain cartoons, you know, and like what you guys like, and like maybe reacting? How about we do that? How about we do that where like, I don't know, like we react to certain cartoons. Like let's say you drop a dono, it's like a song request, and I'll react to like a clip, like a little clip of that cartoon. Maybe we base a whole stream around that. Like we can't do it because everyone's just gonna start dropping like, hey, do this. It'll just take forever. So maybe we do something like that. Did you all watch the new MK movie? Nah, I haven't seen it yet. Just talk about random crap. Doesn't have to be video games. Yeah, that's true. Don't be weird and call Skate Tune a good cartoon. I don't know what Skate Tune is. I don't know what that is. There's been a lot of different cartoon shows in the day. Philip Williams with the $5 and says, yes, cartoon themed stream. Okay, we're gonna have to theme it some way. So reacting to your cartoons, and then I'll put like a timer or a command. Like if you want to get a reaction, like a small clip reaction to a cartoon or like a clip, you put that in the donation amount or in the whatever, and it'll be like, I don't know, like $5 or something like that. And then we'll talk about cartoons, and then we'll just react to cartoons. We'll do like a minimum so people just don't start spamming. So I'll think of a show name, and I'll think of it. It's gonna be all in PlayerEssence update 10.0. All in the new update once I probably post my wife getting here. But yeah, but we'll definitely talk about cartoons more. But in terms of like making like a whole show like themed around it and actually making it like, you know, like where I react to clips and like maybe I get like a theme, like I'd have to like build like a layout for it. If you guys want me to go like the extra mile, that'll take me a little bit more time. But until then, we can do stuff like this where we just talk about cartoons. Until then, we can just talk about cartoons. So yeah, I mentioned it earlier, but did you watch Mighty Max, the cartoon series? I did watch Mighty Max, the cartoon series. The toys are really popular too back in the day. Bro, I legit fond memories of that show because my dad would cook shrimp and steak on Saturday night, and we would just watch Bazooki, best time ever. Oh yeah, that sounds good, man. Dad cooking up the steaks, cartoons, Saturday night, you know, no school tomorrow. Yeah, man, that sounds like, yeah, I remember that, man. I remember my dad would buy us candy sometimes. He would buy us candy. My mom would cook up the old school Nigerian style chicken and rice. And Fridays we would watch TGIF, and we'd watch Ren and Stimpy, stay up as late as you want, man. Like those were God tier times, bro. God tier times back in the day, you know. I stayed here way longer than intended because of the cartoon combos. Hey man, that's why you gotta stay here. Stick around. You never know. You never know what we're gonna talk about, dude. Gotta stick around. Thank you for the subscriptions, man. Team Satisfactory, Mark, and also Victor. Yo, thank you guys for the thank you guys so much for the subscriptions. I appreciate that. Snick, are you afraid of the dark? All that, yes. Goated show, by the way. Goated show. But all right, guys, I would love to stick around and talk about cartoons and stuff and all that. And all of that. So I would love to stick around, but definitely we can't. I cannot. I've got to take care of some stuff here. So thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't seen my latest video on Tales of Arise, please make sure you check it out. Vanessa with the $3 says $1 gets you the tune in tier. Play with OJ and support the ninja community. Yes, if you enjoy the live streams, please consider becoming an elite ninja. Even if you can't donate regularly, that's fine, no problem. But if you can become an elite ninja for $1 a month, that actually supports the streams significantly. So if you enjoy the daily streams, then yeah, that supports. But once again, optional, and it does get you the best benefits on YouTube memberships, period. Because you can play games with me as well, and against me. So yeah, shout outs. So consider becoming an elite ninja today. We're at 379, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Not bad. Your stream is a breath of fresh air. Yeah, that's because you've been watching LTG streams too much. Because LTG streams are so freaking, he's so angry and negative at times. I mean, that's the vibe there, and I get it, and it's entertaining for what it is. But yeah, obviously we're completely different contrasts. But I mean, I watch his streams too. I watch sometimes toxic streamers, guys that are like, you know, have people that troll a lot and all that. So like my fan base, obviously people don't troll 24/7. I mean, we have trolls, but they get banned instantly and they don't really come back. And I'm not crazy. I don't do crazy stuff outside of, you know, YouTube here. So it is what it is. All right. Yeah, I know it was getting really good, but I do got to bounce, guys. Check out my most recent video on Tales of Arise, Prinny. If you can click that link right there, Prinny. Check out my video on what I think about Tales of Arise. We reacted to it live with the new trailer and all that. 4K views on that, so not bad. Not bad. You guys are definitely watching this, so I appreciate that. And thank you for all the new subscribers. We hit 74.3 thousand subscribers today. Shout outs to my man. Technicals. Awesome dude. Really cool. Great guy. So shout outs to my man Technicals. Appreciate that. But all right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And we will see you guys tomorrow. For tomorrow's stream will be right around the same time that we had today's stream starting up. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye. Love y'all. See you guys later. Thanks for coming out to the stream. Thank you for all the support too. Donations. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate all of you guys. Seriously, I really do. Thank you so much for the support. All right. Bye, guys. Be safe. Yes, be safe.